The A's came to Cleveland and ended the Tribe's 5-game winning streak behind solid defense and great pitching. And if that wasn't bad enough, Shin-Soo Choo left the game late with an injury to his glove hand. We'll update Choo's injury and have tonight's action between the A's and Indians next on STO. It is another gorgeous night for a baseball game in downtown Cleveland as the fans come through the gates, hoping the Indians can get back on the winning track tonight against the Oakland A's. Good evening and welcome into our broadcast. Along with Rick Manning, I'm Al Pulowski. Tribe's going to try to get back on that winning track after having their 5-game winning streak snap last night. And unfortunately, Rick, some bad news to start the broadcast off with. Shin-Soo Choo is going to be out after making this great attempt at a diving catch. Well, he injured his thumb, and he's at least day-to-day.
Well, it looked harmless at the time, and that ball slips out, but you can see the tip of his glove doesn't really get upward, and he lands on that thumb, and he hyperextends it. Take another look, and you will see that that glove turns back, that thumb bent back to his arm, and it is bruised. Right now, he is day-to-day, and hopefully you do not want to take that guy out of the lineup. He was swinging a very hot bat. He can move his thumb, but he just can't squeeze it right now, so it is going to be day-to-day.
And that will hurt the Tribe lineup, of course. And the Oakland A's pitching staff has done very, very well of late. In fact, their starters, well, they lead baseball with 9 shutouts. How about Gio Gonzalez last night?
Well, Gonzalez, for the second time, shuts out the Tribe. He did it back in Oakland, an 11-0 shutout. He does it again last night. 3 times out of the 4 games the A's have faced the Indians, they have thrown shutouts. So 1/3 of their shutouts have come against the Tribe. The Jays, trail them along with the Red Sox and the White Sox. The Indians have been shut out 6 times, 3 by Oakland.
Clay Mortensen will get the start for the A's tonight. And for the Tribe, it's right-hander Jake Westbrook, who in the last month and a half or so has really pitched well. And in his last outing against the Jays, just 1 run given up, got the victory.
Well, he pitched very well against a free-swinging team. They were very aggressive. He had good stuff. Command of that changeup, and his breaking ball also fields his position well, as always. So Jake, if he can get back on track, he should match up well against this Oakland lineup. He's going up against a kid that just making his first appearance this year, but beat the Indians last September.
So it's Mortensen against Westbrook. Couple of sinker ballers here tonight at Progressive Field, and we'll have all the action for you coming up next on STO. Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series. Jake Westbrook on the hill, and let's take a look at the lineup he'll be facing tonight for manager Bob Guerin and the Oakland Athletics. Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your authorized dealer. Coco Crisp has been very good against Westbrook, and his career leads it off. Then Barton, Kuzmanoff, Suzuki. Sweeney in the 5-hole, Cuss the DH once again. Rosales gets the start today at second. Gross and Pennington lined it up.
Tonight's starting pitcher brought to you by the Indians Team Shop, where you get 2 free tickets when you spend $50. Jake Westbrook on the mound, making his 17th start. A record of 5-4, 4.69 ERA. Coming off a win against the Blue Jays, where he went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits and just 1 run. They squeezed in that run in the 6th, if you remember. He was the winning pitcher in that game. He has a 5-6 career record against the A's.
And Coco Crisp, the former tribesman, steps in for Oakland to lead it off tonight as Jake Westbrook is into the lineup. And the first pitch just a bit low. Game 2 of this 3-game series again tonight. The patriotic fireworks display after the ball game. And tomorrow the Indians and A's wrap it up 105 here at Progressive Field. There's an easy play for Nix. 1 out.
Take a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense. Indians defensive lineup. In the outfield, it's going to be Duncan, Crow, Kearns in right because Chu is day-to-day. On the infield, Peralta, Donald, Nix, and Laporta. Behind the plate again tonight now will be Carlos Santana, who's back catching. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
Derek Barton in the 2-hole tonight for Oakland. He's the only A to play in all 81 games this year. He has a consecutive games played streak of 93. Now he left the game in Baltimore on Thursday with the right knee contusion. There's another easy play for Jason Nix. Quickly 2 outs here in the first inning. And those ground balls are something that Jake does very well. Tonight's achievement of the game brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in all of us, check out the ground ball fly ball ratio and the errors. And Jake Westbrook, one of the best. He works efficiently, Rick, and when he's going well, it's a quick ball game.
Well, you love to see the ground balls. Jake is a great athlete out there, fields his position well. He's just like an extra infielder for you when he's on the mound, like that.
What an easy inning for Westbrook. Kuzminoff, 1 pitch. He's retired. And the Indians are coming to bat. Scoreless at Progressive Field. The Tribe in this lineup presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Crow, Nix moved up to the 2-hole with Chu out tonight. Santana, Hafner, and Kearns. Then Peralta, Laporta, Duncan, and Donald.
You must know the pitcher personally if you call him Clay. I'm calling him Clayton Mortensen, who is making his first start this year. You're looking at the numbers from AAA in Sacramento where he was 10-2, had a .358, was pitching very well at the time of his call. Dallas Braden was scheduled to make the start today, but the left-hander was put on the disabled list, and that's the guy that threw the perfect game against the Tampa Bay Rays earlier in the year and does not have a win yet. So Mortensen on to get the start, and he beat the Indians last September 17th. He went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and a couple of runs. He walked 3, struck out 4, pretty much a sinker ball pitcher, nothing overpowering.
So Clay Mortensen with his first major league pitch of 2010 to Trevor Crow. Ball 1. Mortensen, Rick, he's a lanky guy, a lot of long arms and long legs.
6'4", 180 pounds.
1-1 to Trevor Crowe, the Indians' leadoff hitter here tonight. Mortensen was very hot at AAA Sacramento, had a 1.85 ERA over his last 6 starts there.
Well, this is basically how this Oakland team is built on their starting pitching. You know, they're very solid. We told you in the open they have 9 shutouts on the year.
And 3-1 to Trevor Crowe. We'd love to get aboard here with the walk. Here's Bob Guerin, the Oakland A's manager. Crowe fouls that one off to run the count full. Mortensen was acquired from the Cardinals in the deal that sent Matt Holliday to St. Louis last season. Another foul ball. Well, Jake Westbrook threw 5 pitches in the first inning to retire the A's. Here, Mortensen is already throwing 6 to the leadoff batter, Crowe.
That was hilarious. That guy hit a foul ball into the upper deck. It trickled down, bounced down into the lower deck. The guy was walking down, just got a beer, and kept walking and caught the ball and spilled maybe 1 drop.
Well, Trevor's trying to give him another one there, too. 3 foul balls in nearly the same place. Well, that takes skill, doesn't it? Beer in one hand. And
he didn't miss a step. The guy was walking down the stairs. The ball bounced right into his hand. He took a sip. It's a beautiful thing.
Best way to do it. Wait, Trevor's staying alive up there against Clay Mortensen. So pitch number 9 will be coming up here. Now, Crowe did not face him last season. Or yes, he did. I beg your pardon. He's 1 for 2 with a triple in that game last September 17th. So he's got a couple of bats against him. And he lines that one through the hole and into right field, a base hit. Nice at bat for Trevor Crowe. Uses 9 pitches and finally gets one he likes to drive it to right.
Yeah, that's what you call a good at bat. You get up there, you make him work to a full count. You pretty much see everything that he has in his arsenal, and you end up with a base hit. He wasn't going to walk him, so he threw the 4-seam fastball, and Crowe gets the single. Now we get a look and see on the move and see if he can run on this guy. I think with Chu out of the lineup, a guy that's been swinging the bat well, you may want to stay aggressive if he is slow to the plate.
So Jason Nix, the batter, in the 2-hole today.
He is not. He's pretty quick. He doesn't, for being as tall as he is, he doesn't really lift that leg up very high.
Right. Numbers on Nix this season with the Tribe, though. He's batting .286. Covers 5 games, all started at second base. Nix can play shortstop, third, or even the outfield if needed. And he hits that one high to left field and deep.
Yes,
this one is on the way. See ya. 2-run home run for Jason Nix. 2-0 Tribe.
Well, that didn't take long. 2 hitters, and this is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. You're seeing a high fastball above the belt that Nix gets on top of, and he gives it a ride. He knew he hit it well as soon as it left the bat. Well, you got to love a 2-run homer in the first inning. Now the Tribe back on top. That's the one thing they did in that 5-game winning streak. They never had they always had the lead. They were never behind.
Santana drives that one to deep center field. Crisp going back. He'll have room and make the catch. All right, nice drive for Santana. And the Indians hitters here, all 3, Rick, with good contact here against Mortensen in the first.
Let's check the A's defensive lineup, brought to you by Huntington Bank. It's Gross, Crisp, and Sweeney in the outfield. Kuzminoff, Pennington, Rosales, and Barton on the infield. Suzuki again behind the plate.
So now Travis Hafner will bat with one away here in the first inning. 2 runs already in on the Jason Nix 2-run homer. Well, Travis Hafner, Rick, in his last 12 starts is batting .319. It's almost like those 9 National League games, they didn't affect him at all.
Well, he had enough time to work on whatever he wanted to work on and rest. I mean, he should be healthy and ready to go. He was swinging the bat very well going into the final round of interleague play.
Fouls that one away. So the count 1-2 now to Travis Hafner. Kind of a nice play by a fan there.
Well, one thing the Indians offense didn't do last night, they couldn't hit until they got to 2 outs. They were 0 for 18 when they had less than 2 outs. Tonight they're already 2 for 3. How about that?
He'll take it. The Indians never got a leadoff man on last night. Even with the walks, as Gio Gonzalez was very good, and so was the A's bullpen. Travis fouled that one off his foot.
I don't know if it went off his back leg or the front leg. I see him that's his back knee.
Oh,
that went off his back knee.
That's hard to do.
Yes, it is. I see more and more players doing that now, fouling pitches off their back leg.
And called strike 3 on Travis Hafner, so Mortensen gets his first strikeout here tonight, 2 away. And here's the umpires for tonight's game. Behind home plate, Country Joe West, Angel Hernandez at first, Paul Schreiber at second. Rob Drake, who called the balls and strikes last night, is at third. Austin Kearns to the plate now. He's in right field, and Shelley Duncan gets the start in left with Chu out. Checks a swing, but that's a strike. Rick, you talked about how you've seen more of the players fouling that ball off their back leg. What would be the cause for something like that?
A lot of times guys try to get the bat head out front, and they'll hit the ball straight down into their leg, but not their back leg.
Mortensen makes the play there. So after the 2-run homer by Nix, hitters 3, 4, and 5 are retired. But the Indians take the early lead on this blast. 2-0 drive. Work hard, fly right. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Another gorgeous day and night here in Cleveland and on Lake Erie. The Sailors taking advantage. Why not? Indians lead it 2-0 as we enter the second inning. Jake Westbrook, a 5-pitch first inning to get through the A's, so he'll see hitters 4, 5, and 6 here. Kurt Suzuki up first for Oakland. It's 1-1 here to the A's catcher, who has a team-leading 10 home runs this year. That's tied for second among catchers in the AL. Also ranks third among American League catchers with 34 RBI. And what's even a little bit more impressive about those numbers are that Suzuki's missed 19 games while on DL this year, 3 games on the bereavement list. So,
you know, he's been their probably their best offensive player the last year or two. I mean, this guy continues to get better. Catches a lot. He's back there almost every day. And just by looking at the guy, he certainly doesn't look like a catcher. You know, catchers are usually short and stocky or a little bigger built. And this guy runs well for a catcher.
And hits that one well to left field. Duncan should have room. One away. And if you're looking for some gifts this summer for your favorite people, why not check out the Sports Time Ohio merchandise now at stostuff.com. Pick up all the new Bets Are Off talking chip clip, along with the bottle openers, T-shirts, hat, and more. Bruce Drennan loves those things. And don't forget, of course, our favorite things. Rick, the Matt and Rick bobblehead desks.
I don't like those.
There's a few still available. STO gear only at stostuff.com. Although, to be fair, you and Matt do look very similar. It's hard to tell who's who.
Have you ever seen one? I still haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, we've got one on the set over there. Every once in a while, we shake it around, watch the heads bobble. So, STO Stuff to get yours. Here's Ryan Sweeney. Fouls that one away. Quickly 1-2 to the Oakland A's right fielder. He's been hot of late. Now 9 for 22 in his last 6 games. He drives that one to right center, but it'll be an easy play for Austin Kearns. 2 quick outs here in the second inning. And Rick, you got to love it when Westbrook works fast like this.
Well, Jake is one of those guys that gets the ball, and a lot of times you'll see teams trying to step out of the box to slow him down. That's been his forte. You know, he's a sinker ball pitcher. Let's get after it. Let's 3 pitches or less. Let's pitch to contact.
Jack Cuss to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. And last night he was perfect. 4 plate appearances, 3 walks, and a double. He really played a key role in those 3 runs the A's scored. He was walked in the first inning to force in a run, and then walked ahead of the Mark Ellis double. The 6th inning, which led to the A's only runs.
Well, Cust is a guy that he has a good eye at the plate. He will walk, quite a bit. He doesn't like to go out of the zone to swing, but you can strike him out. He will swing and miss a lot. He's their power guy, and one of the reasons they bring him in.
Last night he worked the Indians pitching staff. In his 4 plate appearances, he had 22 pitches, 3 full counts, and those 3 walks. But you're right, he does strike out a lot. And it's 2-1 here against Westbrook in the second inning. Game 2 in this 3-game weekend series wraps up tomorrow. Fausto Carmona on the hill for the Indians. 1:05 first pitch. He'll be taking on Vin Mazzaro. And here we go again. 3-1 against Jack Cust. Of course, we'll have the game for you tomorrow right here on STO. Have the pregame for you. Indians on deck at 12:30 at the third base line. Cust hits that one to left down the line. It is a fair ball off the wall. Cust around first. He'll try for 2. Duncan, good throw, and out at second base. Great play by Duncan off the wall. Tag applied. Cust out. We'll go to the bottom of the second here at Progressive Field. Indians lead at 2-0. One more look at this nice play. A Jason Nix 2-run homer back in the first inning. We'll see hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the Indians order. Johnny Peralta up first, followed by Matt Laporta and Shelley Duncan. He'll take a ball from Clay Mortensen, who was drafted by the Cardinals 36th overall in the 2007 Major League Baseball amateur draft.
Well, it looks it would be tough to hit right now with that pitcher standing right in the sunshine, the hitter in the shadow.
Yeah, there's a good view of it.
You know,
a line drive caught by Kuzminoff for the first out. Time now for the AT&T trivia question. And tonight, 3 relief pitchers have won a Cy Young and MVP award in the same season. Name them. Of course, we'll have the answer coming up for you later here on the broadcast. AT&T Rethink Possible. 3 relief pitchers, AL Cy Young and MVP award.
You got any idea?
I think I got one, but...
yeah, don't worry. I got them all.
You got them all? Okay. One of them I know you played against. Any hints? Did you play against any others?
I played against every one of them.
Okay.
I played with 2 out of 3 of them.
Okay. That should make it easier. Here's Matt Laporta. Got a base hit last night. His home run streak came to an end. He'd homered in 3 straight games until yesterday.
Yeah, but you know, home runs are streaky. They come from good at-bats. And what I like last night, Laporta kept it going in the 6th inning with that second base hit with a nice line drive up the middle to keep the inning going.
Grounds out here to the shortstop, Pennington, 2 away. And Duncan coming to the plate. And how about this play, Rick, last inning off the wall?
Very nice throw. He waited that ball, came off the wall, played it nicely, put an accurate throw. Nix did a nice job of picking that ball and bringing it back. It wasn't an easy hop. And when you got a big guy coming in on you like Cust, you can see a play like that pumps up Westbrook. Very good throw. Duncan not known for his defense. But I'll tell you what, made a nice play right there.
So Shelley is first at bat here tonight, the son of former Indians and now Cardinals pitching coach Dave Duncan. The pitch low. And Rick, playing that wall in left field, of course, this is a higher wall than most ballparks in left, 19 feet tall. Is there anything special that you need to do, or is it just repetitions out
What
there?
he did, he let that ball come back to him. Cust hit that ball well. It went about 5 or 6 feet. He didn't, overrun it and let the ball get by him. He just played the angle properly. And it's not easy to do because you have to do it, a number of times at your home ballpark. But he's not out there every day in left field. But he read the angle right, let the ball come right back to him, and he made a good throw.
1-2 now to Duncan. Up high there with the Mortensen fastball. So 2-2 to Shelley Duncan. Clay Mortensen making his first major league start of 2010 here tonight. He was 10-2 for Sacramento in the PCL. He's tied for the league lead in wins. Fouls that one away. Now, when you went to Boston to play at Fenway Park, how much did that come into left center with you as a center fielder?
I love that. To me, you use that wall as your friend. You can play. I used to play a lot of the hitters going at Fenway Park into right center field, and anything hit into left center would just come right back to you. It's just a matter of getting used to it and playing it, and it takes time. When you're a rookie, I was playing left field when I first went up to Fenway Park, and it's actually easier. I thought it was easier than being tougher.
No, it should allow you to play much shallower, and you like to play shallow.
Well, when you look at in Philadelphia, you can play shallow in right field, because of that wall out there. Jason Worth did that very well. In Colorado, Larry Walker for so many years played that wall in right. You can play shallow. Any ball over your head, you play off of it.
The 2-2 here to Duncan. And he works the count full against Mortensen.
You know, with the newer ballparks in Baltimore, you can do the same thing in right field.
Yeah.
You know, there's a number of ballparks now that, you know, the ballpark can be your friend.
That breaking ball is in there on the inside corner. Nice pitch by Mortensen. Gets his second strikeout. Indians go in order in the second, but still lead it 2-0. Some of the fans taking advantage of that cap giveaway from last season. Those are nice.
You got one.
I did, absolutely. Then my wife took it from me. She liked it. That was the end of it.
Well, you could get another. Just ask.
I'll have to see what I can do, yeah. Of course, I don't want to wear the same one as her. I'll go to Cedar Point and stand in line together with the same hats on.
You do, too. You wear matching outfits when you go out.
Here's Adam Rosales against Westbrook, and he drives that one to left. This one will make it to the gap, off the wall. Around first and on his way to second with a stand-up double. It's Adam Rosales here to lead off the third inning for Oakland.
He was in the starting lineup last night and was scratched late right before the ball game, but back in there tonight, and high sinker from Westbrook, and he jumps all over it. Gets his 7th double this year.
Second hit against Westbrook. And that will bring the left fielder Gabe Gross to the plate. Now, Gross has been scuffling a bit of late. 9 for 47. The 191 average, no extra base hits over his last 18 games. Just before that, in his previous 10 contests, he was hot, batting .452, but he's cooled off here.
Well, this Oakland team, they're 11th in runs scored. You know, the Indians are 12th, so they're hitting for a better average, but home run-wise, they're second to last in the league. They've only hit 51 as a team. They're not a great come-from-behind team. You know, they have stolen 58 bases, which is 5th. But you can take aggression or the aggressiveness away from them when you get an early lead, and the Indians have that.
And as you pointed out on that 5-game winning streak, the Tribe never trailed. Yesterday they got down and weren't able to come back. Though this year they haven't been a bad comeback team, Rick. It seems they even play better with 2 outs and get more runs that way. Just an anomaly, really.
Well, it is. When you get that many, what they have about 44% of their runs scoring with 2 outs. But they're a team also that they don't come back from big numbers because they don't hit the consistent long ball.
2-1 now to Gabe Gross. Gabe's dad, Lee, was the center for the Baltimore Colts when he was born. Of course, Gabe Gross was the starting quarterback for 6 games as a freshman under Terry Bowden at Auburn. He quit football to concentrate on baseball before his sophomore year. It's a good move. Rosales is moving to third on the grounder. He'll make it. Gross at first. He'll be safe. Throw a bit wide. And now the A's in business. Runners at the corners and nobody out.
Well, that's going to be another error on Jason Donald at shortstop. He has problems out there. That ball almost looked like it hit Rosales going to third. But that's good base running right there. You know, Donald made a mistake the other day. See, he had no business looking at third. He took his time, and the throw was offline. I mean, Gross gets down the line. He's hustling. It's nothing. He's average speed. But that's a play as a major league shortstop you have to make. He had no business looking at third base. You get that ball, you got to know the runner, the speed of the runner, and you got to get it to first base for the out. You don't get the out, now they've got first and third. Another error. Number 60 this year for the Indians.
So Cliff Pennington, the number 9 hitter, will hit that one to center field. Crow going back, still going back to the wall. It's off the top of the fence. One run is in. Here comes another. And the A's will tie the game. Now at third base, safe with the triple is Cliff Pennington. And just like that, we're even at 2.
Boy, that didn't take long, did it?
Nope.
And I mean, that ball I thought was out of here the way that Crow was going back in center. But it hits the top of the wall and comes back into play. It was pretty good base running by Gross because he was around second base. So he must have felt that that ball was either over his head or out of the ballpark. And you can see it just hits under that yellow line. Trevor Crow, that's where he ran himself out of, thinking he might have a play on it. But now that enables a triple. It ties the game, and Oakland a great opportunity to come right back and take the lead. For Pennington, his 4th triple of the year.
So he's on third now with no one out. Indians are in at the corners, but a ground ball to second or short will get a run in, and that's a foul ball for Coco Crisp, who gets to bat here to chance to give the A's the lead. So Jake Westbrook retired the first 5 A's batters. Now 3 of the last 4 have gotten base hits. Jack Cust was retired to end the second inning, trying to stretch that single to a double. But since then, Rosales a double. The error got Gross on. He's scored, and now Cliff Pennington with the triple.
Well, they're just giving up the run here with the middle of the infield's back. That's going to get it done.
And off the glove of Donald into center field. Crisp, wide turn at first base. He'll hold there, but he drives in the run. Pennington scores, and the A's take the lead 3-2.
That's probably going to go as another error. Goes inside out. That ball right there hops up, and he just doesn't catch it off the end of the glove. Yeah, second error of the inning for Jason Donald. You give the RBI to Crisp. He would have scored anyway, even if he makes the play. But the second error of the inning.
So the A's with 3 home, still nobody out here in the third inning. And now Derek Barton to the plate with Crisp on first base. And the A's trying to have a very big inning now. That's a ball to Barton. Well, Westbrook threw 19 pitches in the first 2 innings. He's already thrown 10 here in the third. Barton grounded out to second his first time up. Jake would love to have another one of those and turn a double play. There goes Crisp. Santana's throw. Good throw, but Crisp got a good jump, and he's safe at second with the stolen base.
Well, he gets a good jump, and he had about 5 steps off Westbrook. The throw was right there. Santana made a good throw. But Coco Crisp will get his 4th stolen base, and runners are now 9 for 13 off Westbrook in the stolen base department.
And a hitter's count here for Derek Barton. Now 3-0.
Still nobody out in the inning now.
Well, things changed here rapidly, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, you know what? An error here. You give extra outs. It doesn't take long. An extra base hit. The next thing you know, That's the frustrating thing. You have to play good defense every day. With the more outs you give an opponent, they are going to take advantage of it. Now Westbrook walks his first. That's something that has to be done consistently. This is a sinker ball staff that the Indians have. They put the ball in play. They're not a team that strikes guys out. They've turned the most double plays in the league because they've had base runners out there, but they've turned 99. But you have to make, every play, especially the average play as a defender.
So the A's with 3 home now have runners at first and second. And Kuzminov swings and misses there. Tried to check his swing, could not. Kuzminov grounded out to Westbrook his first time up, and he's now 0 for his last 25, which is the longest hitless streak of his career. And there's a grounder to third. To second for 1, on to first, double play. Well, the Indians and Jake Westbrook needed that. Now 2 away with the runner at third.
Well, good play to get the double play, go to second. Kuzminov doesn't get down the line. Peralta gets it over to Nix, who turns it nicely. So they get the second out. They get the double play. And I think there was a couple of Indians that didn't realize there was still just 2 outs. That was the first 2 outs of the inning.
Kurt Suzuki will be the batter. He flew out to left his first time up. An RBI opportunity for him here with 2 outs and crisp at third. And Westbrook gets ahead of Suzuki with the first pitch. Rick, you talked about how athletic Suzuki is, and that seems to be a change in catchers over the last 10 to 20 years in Major League Baseball. You're seeing more and more athletic guys, not just the big guy you stick back there anymore. Suzuki hits that one to right center. Kearns cruising over, makes the catch. So the A's get 3, but then Jake Westbrook limits the damage. However, the A's have taken the lead. It's 3-2 now. Bottom of the third next. Downtown Cleveland as you look in from up above in our Panini's cam. A's with 3 runs, though, in the top half of this inning. Have taken a 3-2 lead now. We'll see hitters 9, 1, and 2 in manager Manny Acta's order with Jason Donald leading it off here in the third inning. And Jason led it off 3 of 4 times that he was at the plate last night. Jason had those 2 errors in the top half of this inning, Rick, and And when you make an error, how much more than the next time you come up do you want to make up for that?
Well, sure you do. I mean, you hate making a defensive miscue. It's all part of the game. But at the big league level, this is where you have to separate it. You know, when you make an error out in the field, you don't carry that up to the plate with you. Just like when you go up and you make an out, you don't carry that at-bat out into the field. So you have to separate the two. There's two different components of the ball game. You know, he's going to have a chance to come back in this ball game and make up for the two mistakes he made.
And he hits that one to second, and it's going to be a nice diving stop there by Rosales, and he throws him out. He was moving towards second, Rick, and had a dive back to his left, it appeared.
Well, he made a terrific play, and he realized that he had to get rid of it in a hurry. He may have had a tough time picking it up off the bat, but once he got to it, up and quickly, because he knows Donald gets down the line, and you can see how dejected Jason Donald is. That's a good play. And he did get him at first.
So Rosales, nice play at second base. He has not committed an error now, and this is 43rd game at second base.
Hey, they haven't. A's second basemen have not committed an error all year.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's a spot in the middle of the diamond where you're turning double plays, you're making throws, you're going off for cutoffs and relays. The A's second basemen have not made an error all year.
That's Rosales and Ellis. As Kroll hits that one lazily to left. Gabe Gross hauls it in for 2 quick outs here in the 3rd inning. Let's take a look at our Subway fresh face of the game as we head to the minor league system. And Michael Brantley on a 10-game hitting streak. Also picking up the stolen bases, named the International League All-Star team. So congrats to Michael on that honor. That's our Subway fresh face of the game. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. Brantley really hitting the ball well of late, and only a matter of time before we see him again. And now and you have to wait and see on Shin-Soo Choo. But if he's out for any extended period of time, you would think Brantley would be the one to get called up. Here's Jason Nix, who hit the 2-run homer in the 1st inning. And he's batting in that 2-hole tonight for the injured Shin-Soo Choo. 1-1 here to Nix. Whoa, that one got away from Mortensen. It's Jake Westbrook talking with Tim Belcher.
Well, you just get him settled down. He gave up that 3 spot. Now you say, okay, hold him right there. You're going to get more back off Mortensen. He's throwing a lot of pitches up in the strike zone with nothing overpowering.
Sinker specialist pitcher, has that hard slider, but as you said, Rick, nothing really overpowering with Mortensen. He's got good downward movement on his pitches when he's going
well. He's upstairs, though. I mean, he's throwing a lot of pitches. The ball that Nix hit out of the ballpark was above the belt. For being a sinker baller, I haven't seen many down.
Nix swings and misses there. 3rd strikeout tonight for Mortensen, and the Indians go in order in the 3rd. We'll head to the 4th. 3-2 A's. Fourth inning and a fairly well-paced game here tonight. The A's, though, have the lead 3-2 over the Indians. As Oakland will send hitters 5, 6, and 7 to the plate. Ryan Sweeney up first, followed by Jack Cust and Adam Rosales. Sweeney a fly out to right. His first time up. And there's strike one from Westbrook. Sweeney, 25 years old. Very good athlete. He was a pitcher in high school. Throw at 88 to 89 miles an hour. And he hits that one sky high to right center. Tribe surrounds it. Center fielder Trevor Crowe says, "I'll take it." 1 out.
Well, you can spend Independence Day with the Tribe tomorrow. Yeah, with the big save with the WKYC Summer Sunday $3 offer. Buy an adult ticket and see the Tribe play. Get up to 2 tickets for kids 12 and under for just $3 each. Plus, you can use all the activities out there on the plaza before coming in. Stays open to the 5th inning. Run the bases after the ball game. And then we are on the road after that. So might as well enjoy a nice sunny day. It's going to be guaranteed sunshine tomorrow.
Yep, and we'll be on the slide, right? You're going to join me for the pregame. Well, come on, we'll do a little talk back up there.
No, you go on out there, and it's all you tomorrow.
I'd like to share that spotlight with you.
You're going to be here doing the pregame, right?
Right.
I'm sure I'm going to see you out there on the rides or slides.
We've got the little, you can put on the catcher's gear out there, too. Did you know that?
That's a little too small for me. I'm done playing. I'm retired.
Here's Jack Cust, 1 and 2 on him.
Maybe I will go out there on the slide if I don't have to do the pregame show tomorrow. How about that?
Well, I said we'll do the pregame together out there. Now, that would be interesting.
No, that won't.
That sounds like an Emmy Award if we do that.
No. Why, are you in Emmys?
No, of course not. 2 and 2 here to Cust.
Winning.
Sure.
Kids Day.
Kids Fun Day. I already see a couple of things out there getting ready.
Yeah, they were putting them up today when we arrived at the ballpark, getting ready for tomorrow.
Another full count to Jack Cust.
He's had 5 of them now.
Yep, 2 tonight, 3 yesterday.
Right. See, our numbers man is wrong again tonight. He's tardy.
And Jack Cust walks. Now, that is the 4th time he's walked. 3 times last night, 1 tonight. Been to the plate 6 times. The only time he was retired was when he tried to stretch a single to a double. Last time up. Jack Cust just always seems to play well against the Tribe. So he's on first base with 1 out. And here's Adam Rosales, who doubled and then scored the A's first run his last time up in the 3rd. Tribe and A's in Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series here tonight. Carmona and Mazzaro tomorrow at 1:05, as we talked about. Kids Fun Day. The last Tribe home game before the All-Star break. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1 now to Adam Rosales, who was slumping coming into tonight before he had that double. He was 4 for 27 with 10 strikeouts over his last 12 games. It hit that ball to the gap for that double his last time up, so we'll see what he does here. See Cust leading away at first.
Well, Jake attacking him with off-speed pitches, the slider and changeup, because he hit the sinker that Jake left up the first at-bat. You know, this would be a situation if you had anybody that could run it first other than Cush, you could start the runner here in a 2-1 count. But I don't think they will. But Westbrook will give the courtesy throw over.
Just to let you know I'm watching.
That's okay. That's what you want to do.
How much of an effect did something like that have on you as a base runner?
Well, with me, it doesn't matter. They're going to throw over anyway, even when it wasn't a running count with a base stealer compared to a guy in a hit-and-run situation.
Would that have, if a guy would throw over more, would that make you shorten your lead, or did you take the same lead every time?
You tried to take the same lead. You know, you never wanted to get too much or too little, depending on. You wanted to be consistent because people are over there watching you get your lead when you're a base stealer. Some guys have quicker moves than others, and you could get out farther on certain pitchers, and other pitchers you have to stay closer to first base.
3-1 here to Rosales. And he hits that one on the ground to short. Donald to second for one, on to first, and safe there. And boy, a nice try by Jason Nix. Great turn as he was upended by Adam, or Cust rather, who took him out and allowed Rosales to be safe.
Tell you what, he hangs in there pretty well for the time I've seen him play second base, and he's turned balls that I didn't think he had an opportunity to turn. You know, this one's not hit hard. Westbrook made a good sinker, and there comes Cust. He takes the legs right away from Nix and knocks him over. He got down in a hurry. This is a good, clean slide. Puts that elbow up and flips him over, and it was awfully close at first. That's a good turn.
So nice job by both there. Cust going in hard, and Nix with a nice athletic play. Here's Gabe Gross. He fouls the first pitch off, so that puts Rosales at first base now with 2 outs. Gross reached on the McDonald error back in the, or Donald error, beg your pardon, back in the 3rd inning, scored the run. And pitch fouled straight back, so what? Or 0-2 now to Gabe Gross. It was now 9 for his last 48. So Gross in a slump here, and down 0-2 as Westbrook tries to get out of this inning. Indians scored 2 runs in the first and a Jason Nix 2-run homer. A's with 3 runs in the 3rd, and that's the score. 3-2 Oakland. Here in the top half of the 4th inning, 2 away. And a runner at first base. That pitch inside. And Jake wants to talk to his catcher, Carlos Santana. Now, Jake called him out there, Rick. What do you think they could be talking about? Just a location?
Well, 1-2 count. You've got a runner on first base in case they want to start the runner. Jake may want to throw that changeup here to Gross in this situation. You know, setting up whatever he wants to throw this pitch could set up the next pitch. They may try and run here if they think he is going to throw a changeup. He went away with, I don't think that was the changeup, to be honest with you.
So now 2-2 to Gross.
There's the changeup. That's where I think Santana wanted the pitch before, and Westbrook didn't want to go with it.
And so now with the count full, Rosales will be off with the pitch. 2 outs here in the 4th. Indians down by a run. Gross checked his swing in time, says third base umpire Rob Drake, so he works a walk coming back from an 0-2 count. Let's take a look at yesterday's great clip of the game, brought to you by Great Clips. Jason Nix last night, great play to Rob Pennington of a base hit there. Relax, you're at Great Clips, and solid glove work by Jason Nix.
You know, Pennington's the guy that drove in the 2 runs for the A's today, and he's been swinging the bat very well. Had a career-high 4 hits on Thursday in Baltimore. And he's been hitting very well, a .429 over his last 19 games. He hit the ball a couple of times on the nose last night.
Yeah, Cliff Pennington. Those nice young players for Oakland. Also will show you a little bit of power. The 3 homers this year. And there's a strike from Jake. So 1-1 now to Cliff Pennington. 2 outs, runners at first and second here. As Oakland looks to add on to this 1-run lead. That pitch in the dirt. It'll get away from Santana, and the runners move up. So a wild pitch, and now 2 runners in scoring position here.
That's the changeup. You remember, that's the pitch on opening day where he threw 4 wild pitches in Chicago, and it was on that changeup. So that's his 6th of the year, and I just don't recall what his last one was or where it was. But I can remember 5 of them.
Yep. Pennington hits that one high in the air. This will get the Indians out of the inning. Trevor Crowe makes the catch. And the A's don't score here in the 4th after they got a couple aboard. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. 3-2, Oakland in the lead. A's and Indians, A's by a run. Gorgeous day today. A look at the view from just below the Cuyahoga River there at the skyline. Inside the ballpark now, fans enjoying this holiday weekend. Patriotic fireworks show after the game tonight.
For the 2nd straight night.
I know. Outstanding. Tomorrow, Kids Fun Day. Full weekend of promos. And Clayton Mortensen has retired 9 straight since Jason Nix hit the 2-run homer in the 1st inning. Look at that. Red, white, and blue STO. Santana to lead off the 4th inning. Santana, Hafner, Kearns. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 in the Tribe lineup. Santana hit the ball hard, but lined out to deep center his first time up. It's 1-1 here. On the scoreboard between innings, they gave some celebrity birthdays here on July 3rd. Rick, and your double, Tom Cruise, is celebrating a birthday today.
Yeah, my double. I wish.
Didn't you stand in for him in Risky Business in '83?
That would have been fun.
1-2 now to Carlos Santana.
Mission impossible.
Well, you did all the stunts in that, correct?
Right. Yes, I did.
I don't think Cruz could do those. Santana hits that one foul into the seats. By Carlos Santana. Where's number 41 for his catching idol, Victor Martinez? And he is really impressed. I'm impressed. He comes up, bats in the 3-hole, Rick, and steps in like he's done it his entire life here at the major league level for the first
when
few
you're
weeks.
a talented person, there it is. That's a good pitch. They've made some good pitches on him in this series. That was a good breaking ball.
4th strikeout for Mortensen.
Very good slider. He thought it was going to be high and a fastball, and it buckles him, and that doesn't happen often. Santana usually finds a way to get one in, but that was an excellent pitch.
So 10 in a row now for Mortensen. Making his first start of the year for the A's here tonight after going 10-2 with Sacramento in the PCL. Taking the place of Dallas Braden in the Oakland rotation. Braden scratched for the 2nd straight start with elbow tendonitis. Here's Travis Hafner, a strikeout victim his first time up. Right back up the middle and stopped by the shortstop. Pennington makes the play to first and got him. Well, that shift, not a complete shift, Rick. Pennington just to the left of second base, and he can take that ground ball away up the middle.
Well, it certainly did. Hafner thought he had one. He wasn't up the middle. That's on the second base side. And that ball was hit hard. Pennington had a ways to go to his left. Makes the throw. A nice pick over there by Barton. And they retire Hafner. He had a long way to go. He couldn't get a good grip on that ball, and that's why it bounced. But you need a little help from your friends. That's where the first baseman comes into play and helps you out. And that goes to show you how important that first base position is for the guys that can pick it. You save your infielders a lot of errors during the course of a year.
And Austin Kearns lines that one to left, and he has the first base hit for the Tribe since the first inning when Jason Nix hit the 2-run homer.
Unfortunately, it's with 2 outs.
Yep.
Back into where they were last night, the 2-out single.
Hey, McDonald's is always a great place to go, and 3-4-5 is here for a limited time. McDonald's has $3, $4, and $5 extra value meals. Each comes with medium fries and a medium soft drink. McDonald's, I'm loving it. No, it was 11 straight by Mortensen, Rick, so maybe get him off that rhythm a little bit. We'll see what Johnny Peralta does here.
Get him out of the stretch.
Johnny, a line out to third baseman Kevin Kuzminoff, his first time up. Peralta takes that one up high. So 2-0 to Johnny Peralta, who in his last 25 games is batting .286. That covers the time since June 4th. And in the last month, Johnny's numbers right here, Rick, pretty much what his career numbers are. He always seems to be in the same area for average home runs and RBIs each season. He takes that one in tight. So 3-0 now.
See that? Get him out of the stretch.
Well, what does that do to a pitcher when he's in a groove in the windup and all of a sudden he's got to change?
Well, you know, he's a big guy. He doesn't have a high leg kick. You know, maybe he wants to hold the runners a little closer. He just doesn't get into that rhythm that he's into out of the full windup.
And Peralta taking all the way, and that's ball 4. So now the Indians with a little something going here with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Runners at first and second. Let's take a look at this 4-pack promo.
Well, plan a family outing at a Sunday Tribe game and save big with the new KeyBank Fun Bunch 4-pack. Get 4 tickets, $40 to spend on food and drinks. 4 Indians hats and a parking pass for just $96. Tickets on sale now at Indians.com.
Here's Matt Laporta. Hitting .235 this season with runners in scoring position. And he'll take a strike there.
Well, you know, you look at it, the 2 times that Mortensen has been out of the stretch, it was the Knicks home run, and then it was the walk to Peralta. So he hasn't really retired anybody from the stretch. Well, I shouldn't say that. No, he hasn't.
Right, no, you're right.
No, he has not.
He was with the stretch on Crow after Crow got the hit. That was the Knicks homer and then the walk. 1-1 here to Matt Laporta. And he hits that one foul. So now Mortensen gets ahead of Matt. 1-2 the count here. 4th inning, 3-2 Oakland. Indians as a team hitting .257 with runners in scoring position this year. A quick chat with Suzuki and Mortensen there. And Matt Laporta trying to deliver with 2 outs.
Well, I guarantee when Oakland came into this series, in their scouting report, they went through that Laporta's been swinging a hot bat. You know, so I think Suzuki just wanted to go out there and talk to this kid on how they want to try and retire him here. And you look at the on-deck hitter.
And that's Shelley Duncan. Laporta lays off that pitch. And it'll even the count at 2-2. Kearns at second base. Peralta at first. And Laporta, line drive, base hit to left. Kearns being waved in. And the ball gets by the left fielder. This will go all the way to the wall. Peralta will score. Laporta on his way to third. Indians take the lead.
Well, you'll be able to give Matt Peralta, who hit the breaking ball, a single, an RBI, and then an error on Gross. He was thinking of throwing the guy out at home plate. Kearns with 2 out was going to try and score anyway. There's the breaking ball. And watch, he comes up and he's peeking. He's going to peek a little bit, and that ball gets by him, and he's yelling at himself right there. Gets all the way to the wall. That'll allow Peralta to come in and score, so the Indians retake the lead 4-3. But big base hit by Laporta.
So that'll go as a single, and then an RBI on the left fielder, Gabe Gross. First error tonight for Oakland, and that error allowed Peralta to score. So give him 1 RBI. Kearns, he gets that one, and then Peralta the additional run. So 4-3, Indians take the lead back, and now Shelley Duncan with 2 outs and Laporta at third. Fouls that one at the plate.
Ball is coming with the first 2 guys out in the inning. A 2-out base hit by Kearns. He walked Peralta, and then the Matt Laporta base hit. So Laporta continuing to swing a hot bat.
And Mortensen still hasn't retired a batter from the stretch, and Rick Harry's back to the windup now with 2 outs. Yep.
That's the key. Get a guy on base.
And again, Duncan fouls that one at the plate. Oh, I think it got a piece of Suzuki.
Yes, it did.
And he's not feeling too good at the moment. 3 runs on 3 hits for the A's. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Tribe. the trainer out to take a look at
There's
Suzuki.
nothing you do. You just sit and you bide your time. That ball there just ricocheted and got him, and it's just a matter of you have to wait. But Westbrook loving what he sees here in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
There's Matt Laporte at third base, and another solid line drive here, Rick. And we talked about this last night. You said especially, don't worry about the home runs, just hit it hard somewhere. And that's what he's done these last couple of nights. And here tonight, a big base hit with 2 outs.
Well, he realizes I'm not a home run hitter. They will come. And for most every hitter out here, it's a byproduct of putting together a solid at bat. He picked on a hanging, breaking ball, hit a line drive. That's where you're going to drive in your runs, boy. A 2-out base hit. You start going for home runs, you end up striking out. You mess up your swing.
He did it with 2 strikes, too. Look at those folks. Going to get a picture. Well, Suzuki going to hang in there after taking that foul ball. And home plate umpire Joe West making sure he's okay. Well, the perils of being a catcher.
It's no fun.
Nope. 0-2 count here on Duncan. He's able to lay off the breaking pitch, 1-2. Shelley Duncan this season with runners on base is hitting .423. He swings and misses there. Shelley not happy he fished for it. Strikeout victim, but the Indians get 2 runs and take the lead back. 4-3 try. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By KeyBank, stop in and start a conversation and unlock your possibilities. And by Panini's, visit paninisgrill.com for a list of new locations. Indians lead this one 4-3 now as we enter the 5th inning. Jake Westbrook will deliver pitch number 61 here to Coco Crisp. 60 was strike one. And Rick, you talk about it often, how important it is that after you come back like the Tribe did, get a couple of runs to hold them here once you're in the field defensively.
Jake knows. He realizes he's got to put a 0 up there. Keep the momentum going in his favor.
1-1 here to Coco Crisp, who reached on an error his last time up, but did get an RBI. Also stole a base.
Well, that's the one reason why you want to keep this guy off the base, because if he gets on first, he can turn it into a double.
Yes, he can. Coco Crisp, healthy now. A 3-1 count here. Even though Coco hasn't had a hit yet in this series, he's reached base safely both nights. He fouls that one away, and he's reached base safely via hit, walk, or error in each game since he's returned from the disabled list on June 22nd. Covers 8 games. One of those guys, good leadoff hitter, just finds a way on. Again, the payoff. Up the middle, nice play by Jake Westbrook. One away here in the A's half of the 5th. Let's take a look at tonight's GMC 5-Star League leaders. Up to date, brought to you by the GMC Sierra. Never sent a truck to do a Sierra's job. Derek Barton now with that walk, his last time up. Tied for Jose Bautista for the league lead. You see Shin-Soo Choo just a couple behind. If you're just joining us, he's out and day to day. Injured his thumb last night on a diving catch attempt in right field.
Well, that's unfortunate because you don't want to take that bat out of the lineup for too long. You might be able to get away with it for a couple of days, but hopefully, just hopefully, he's going to come back. But it had some discoloration in there today. Did not look very good.
And if you look at the Indians' top 3 hitters in April in the batting order, Cabrera, Sizemore, Choo. They're all out right now. Sizemore for the season. Cabrera coming along okay, but out until at least the All-Star break. And now Shin-Soo Choo day to day.
See where Cabrera may come down to Florida and start working out with the ball club.
Yeah.
Which would be a good sign. That's exactly where he hurt his arm, where he broke it. It was down in Tampa, our first trip there in that 2-game series where Peralta rolled on it. On a weird play.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the stranger plays that I've seen somebody get hurt.
I'm trying to think who the hitter was. They had the shift down, and Peralta was playing over at shortstop,
right.
And it was back up the middle.
Blaylock?
I'll have to think about it. It might have been Blaylock. Good call.
Well, the Indians have missed Cabrera, and again, he's another guy like Choo and Sizemore. You miss them both
any
ways.
Team. You look at any team in baseball, you take their 2 best hitters, or their 1-2 man out of the lineup, and I'll tell you what, a team's going to suffer. You're not going to be the same ball club. They've had to fight their way through it and look at so many different people and plug in guys into spots that they're not accustomed to being into.
And a
fair
ball, but just punched down the line.
Beautifully placed.
And Barton's going to hold at first base as Shelley Duncan got to a quick
15 to love right there. What a serve right over the bag.
Sent the backhand down the line for the winner.
I mean, this is a great angle. Watch it. That ball has started in foul territory. And you can see goes right over the base. That is a thing of beauty when you're a hitter. That's how late he waited to hit that ball. It actually hit in foul territory and still went into fair. He was thinking to, but Duncan got over there in a hurry.
Here's a ground ball to third by Kuzminoff. Double play ball, but second base. Nix dropped it on the transfer. Yep, runner out at second.
He just got a little quick. He realized they had him. With Kuzminoff running, you had time. But you get into that fold where you want to turn the double play. You just got to make sure one at a time. That will not go as an error because you can't assume a double play. Peralta, perfect. And in the transfer, he tried to get out of the glove a little too quickly. And you go in there and you're looking for a little help. Guerin's going to come out and argue the fact, but he did have the ball. It was in the transfer. There, he's out. Now, as it comes out, well, you will get the lead runner.
So 2 outs as Barton is erased at second base. Kuzmanov, the base runner, now at first. And Kurt Suzuki to the plate. Flew out his previous 2 times. To left in the second inning, to right in the third. And a strike from Westbrook. We were talking about Suzuki being one of the more athletic catchers in the game, Rick, before last time he was up, and then he flew out on the next pitch. And it's nice to see this in Major League Baseball. Really, every position's an athletic position.
Well, I wanted to respond when you said that. Nowadays, you know, they're not drafting catchers just from catchers. They'll turn players they have into their system into catchers, third basemen, outfielders. Look at Victor Martinez. Yep. Look at Santana. These 2 guys were third basemen that have been turned into catchers, and you're seeing it more and more where it's a tough call or it's a tough position to scout when you're in the high school and college ranks. You know, it just doesn't translate to the big league level where you're getting athletes now and turning them into catchers and teaching them. But, you know, it takes a special athlete to not play back there and get back there and know the game and call the game. It just takes a long time to learn.
When you look at a guy to put behind the plate from another position, what do you really look for?
I don't know. Ask the GM. I don't. I mean, you know,
right.
You look for a good athlete. You look for a guy that, you know, that can throw. He's got to have a good arm. You know, you can teach him how to do that. And he's going to, you know, he may be a little short at other places.
Suzuki retired there as the force play at second base gets Kuzmanov 5-4. Indians out of the 5th inning. We'll head to the bottom half. Tribe leads it by a run. Back with you here at Progressive Field, bottom of the 5th inning, 4-3. Tribe has the lead. And between innings, we had a soldier salute for the July 4th weekend, and the fans applauding that. Jason Donnell will lead it off, the 9-hitter in the order. He was the 9-hitter last night as well. This is the 6th time that he's come to the plate this series, and 5 of those 6 times now he's led off the inning.
Well, let's look at that number 8 hitter, and they haven't kept it going. Yesterday was, let's see, Mike Redmond.
Tonight, Shelley Duncan struck out twice. So Jason Donnell will be followed by Trevor Crow and Jason Nix. Indians lead it by a run here. Clayton Mortensen. His first start this season, and a base hit right up the middle by Jason Donnell.
Get him out of the stretch early now.
Yep.
He still has yet to retire a batter out of the stretch.
And this recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Jason Nix, second batter of the game, 2-run homer, second batter for the Tribe of the game. That put the Indians up 2-0. But Pennington with a 2 RBI triple here. Even the game at 2. And then the A's will get another, but this play here. Matt Laporta base hit, and then an error by Gross would allow 2 runs to score. Tribe leads at 4-3. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. So now Trevor Crowe, the runner at first base. Nobody out in the 5th inning. And Rick, as we talked about, Mortensen still has not retired a batter from the stretch tonight.
It's a good combination to do something with Donald on first and Crowe the hitter.
Strike on the outside corner. So 1-1 to Trevor Crowe, who singled and scored on that home run back in the 1st inning. Flew out to left his last time up. There's Jason Donald at first. Decent lead. He dives back just in time there. Looked like he hit that ground for the slide and didn't really go anywhere. He was working on that infield dirt. Seemed like he took a step and just kind of stuck. Mortensen taking a long time and then steps off, so he's thinking about Donald over there. You're right, Rick, thinking the same way you are.
Well, you change your deliveries. You don't give them the same look every time you hold the ball. You make the hitter call timeout. All part of trying to take care of controlling the running game when you're a pitcher. There it was. The hit and run was on.
Yep, Donald took off, but Crowe pops it up. Foul territory. And the first baseman, Derek Barton, comes in to make the catch. One away.
Too bad he had to swing at a bad pitch. But when the hit and run's on, man, your job is to put it in play. And watch, he's off and running. And then you're going to see that ball in the air. You always want to hit the ball on the ground if you can. But for Trevor, that was a tough pitch to do anything with. See, he's going to bring his hands in, and that was a tough pitch. That's all you can say. He did a good job just to hit the ball. And that, as a hitter, that's what you hate. I mean, you give up an at-bat. You had to start to an inning, but your manager says, hey, let's try a hit and run. Let's get something going. You have to do it.
Now Jason Nix, who with the home run back in the 1st inning, 2-run shot. Put the Indians up at the time 2-0. Struck out his last time up in the 3rd. Mortensen really keeping a close eye on Donald. Jason Nix with the Tribe now, since he joined the club, is 7 for 23, including tonight. This is 8th game as a Tribesman. And he hits that one in the air to short left center field. Crisp will call for it. So 2 outs here in the 5th inning, and the Gathering Place, an exceptional place that supports, educates, and empowers individuals and families touched by cancer. They do this free of charge, and from 2 locations, Beechwood and Westlake. $5 donation per home run this season is being donated by both Rick and Matt, and a $50 donation per home run by Great Clips. Our total year to date is $3,840. The Gathering Place. They really do a nice job, and these donations go to an excellent cause. So 2 down for Carlos Santana, who lined out to deep center his first time out, struck out in the 4th. Now he bats here with the runner at first and 2 down. Takes that one outside. Carlos, an extra base machine. 11 of his last 16 hits are for extra bases, 8 doubles, 3 homers. Hitting .340 in his last 16 games. He has a hitter's count here with Jason Donald at first base. Now 3-0. Rick, how much will it affect a guy like Santana? He had Chu hitting in front of him his entire time up here. Now Chu's day to day. What difference will that make without having Chu there?
I don't think they're going to pitch him any differently. He's not going to change his approach regardless if Chu's in there or he's not. He's going to go up there and just, see the ball and hit it as hard as he can. He doesn't mess around. He takes good, hard swings. Now you've got the count in his favor. He's going to try and hit one out of here or hit it hard somewhere. As hitters, you don't look at it with Chu out of there. You still have hitters in front of you and hitters behind you. You don't look at it. He's out. You just go up there and the situation will dictate what you have to do.
And he'll take that one up high. So Carlos Santana works the walk. That'll push Donald down to second base with 2 outs here in the 5th inning and bring Travis Hafner to the plate. That's the other impressive thing, too, about Santana, Rick. A young hitter like Carlos can take those walks, and I believe his walks are 2-1 versus his strikeouts right now.
That's what makes him such a good hitter and such a dangerous hitter. He's a guy he's an extra base machine with a good eye. So that means he's going to be a good on-base percentage guy. He's going to score a lot of runs. And you just keep it going. You see, he doesn't want to be the hero. He moves this along and gives Hafner an opportunity.
And, of course, it's early, but that deal now with the Dodgers, Casey Blake for John Malone and Carlos Santana looking like a real winner for the Tribe. Not that Casey hasn't done a nice job for L.A., but to get a kid like this, Carlos Santana, the type of hitter he is at catcher, well, that is a real boost.
Boy, anybody would take that kid now. Are you kidding me? Switch hitting catcher. That's got a great arm, can throw, hit from both sides of the plate, worth your weight in gold.
Absolutely. 1-0 to Hafner. And he drives that one to right center field. Sweeney, though, will get under it. And that one kind of died out there at the last moment. So the Indians retired in the 5th inning. We'll go to the 6th. 4-3 Tribe.
So head into your nearest mart where you'll find a huge selection and low prices every day.
Sun setting here in downtown Cleveland. The Indians head to the 6th inning with the lead, 4-3. Some of the fans having a good time here tonight. Sixth inning, we'll see Sweeney, Custon, Rosales. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Oakland batting order. Ryan Sweeney 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of flyouts. And he lines that one just foul. Over first baseman Angel Hernandez head, who had a duck there to make the call. Tonight's scoreboard update brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's. And it's 1-2 here to Sweeney. It was the 83rd pitch of the night for Jake Westbrook, 48 of those for strikes. Sweeney fouls that one away. Ryan from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Second round pick of the White Sox in 2003. As an 8th grader, he was promoted to the varsity baseball squad. Guess he could be a 5-year letterman then, huh? I haven't heard of that either.
An 8th grader could play on varsity ball. I knew you had to be at least in high school at 9th grade where I grew up.
Yeah, that was the way it was for me too. But now they have these 8th grade teams.
Where did you say Illinois? Where did he grow up?
Iowa. Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
He came out of the cornfields.
Grounds out to second here. 1 out in the 6th inning.
Well, if you're looking for a unique and a fun location for that special occasion, why not book a suite here at Progressive Fields? They host groups from 10 to 60 and offer a great view of the game along with premium food and beverage. Call 216-420-HITS for full details.
So here's Jack Cust, who tonight is 1 for 1 with the walk. Last night, 1 for 1 with 3 walks. The only way that he's made it out tonight. And this series thus far was back in the 2nd inning when he tried to stretch that single into a double. And Shelley Duncan made the fine play off the wall in second to throw him out. Jason Nix, the good tag. He fouls that 2-0 pitch away. So 2-1 to Jack Cust.
You see, he stays on the baseball a long time. He doesn't try to pull it. That's why he can be effective against sinker ball pitchers. He waits longer than most left-handers will, especially for a guy that can hit for a little bit of power.
He has really shown a patience here this weekend at the plate. Cust 31 years old now. Good pitch from Westbrook.
Well, that's shades of old Oakland, where they really used to be a patient ball club. And they would work a pitcher, they'd take the walk, they would hit last in the league in average, but their on base percentage was up there. They were always a very solid team like that.
Cust fouls that one away. Jack Cust idolized Don Mattingly growing up. They would go to Yankee Stadium. He's from New Jersey. And every time Mattingly would change his stance, so would he. So his dad growing up said to him, stop changing your stance.
Oh, yeah.
And he would say, well, Mattingly did, so I'm changing it to what Don does.
Why not? And Don was a pretty good player, so that's not a bad guy to pat on yourself after.
Not at all. Fouls another one away. Yeah, Don Mattingly could really do it all. Another one of those good all-around hitters. Hit for average, hit home runs. Solid defensive first baseman. Two and two here to Jack Cust. And he swings and misses. That's the first strikeout tonight for Jake Westbrook. And it comes against a guy who's proven to be a tough out this weekend. Let's go back to our STO studios now. Dave Chudowski, update on Seattle and Detroit. Vargas against Verlander. What's happening, Dave?
Yeah, well, Verlander pitching very well in this one. A shutout so far, and Detroit beating up on the Mariners. Again, a 4-run fifth. Here's Maglio Ordonez with a double. That's an RBI, and right now it's 6-0 in the fifth. If they win, they'll be tied for first.
That's right, Dave. Minnesota losing today. Well, those Tigers hanging right with them, Rick. I did not think the Tigers would be the team to challenge Minnesota this year. I thought Minnesota should win the division, but I thought it would be the White Sox with their pitching going in, but Detroit has hung around.
Detroit has got a couple of rookies that have played very well for them.
Yes.
You know, we'll see now with Zamaya going down, out for the year again for the third straight year. If their starting pitching can hold up, and if their pitching will hold up.
Adam Rosales at the plate.
You know, we're just halfway through, really, when all is said and done. That's just the first part of the marathon. Now, you know, we'll see who's got the leg kick. And, of course, all talk this month is going to be on the trading deadline, who's going to go, who's going to be buyers, who's going to be sellers. We'll wait and see.
Rosales grounds that one to third. It's fair. Peralta, quick throw, and got him by a step. Nice play by Johnny Peralta. Rosales retired, and the A's done in the sixth inning. We'll go to the bottom half. 4-3 Indians. Indians and A's here tonight. There's a couple with a little bit of dissension this evening. One for Oakland, one for Cleveland. And right now the Indians getting the better of the A's 4-3.
She must be from California and he's from Cleveland.
I hope that would be the only reason she would have an A's jersey on here tonight. And Austin Kearns to start things off in the sixth for the Tribe. It'll be Kearns, Peralta, and Laporta. Austin with that single with 2 outs and nobody on got the rally started in the fourth inning. He would eventually score on the base hit by Matt Laporta, and then Gabe Gross misplayed it and left and allowed Peralta to come in as well. He breaks his bat here, and it's a little line drive that's caught by the shortstop, Pennington. Time now for the answer to our AT&T trivia question here tonight. 3 relief pitchers have won the AL Cy Young and MVP award in the same season. Name them. I knew 2 were your team. Well, Willie Hernandez for Detroit. Dennis Eckersley was your teammate. And the third one?
Go ahead.
Raleigh Fingers?
I gave you the 81, 84, and 92, was it?
Yeah, 92 with Eck. AT&T, rethink possible. A good trivia question tonight. We'll have another one for you tomorrow. Here's Johnny Peralta with 1 out and an 0-1 count. Clayton Mortensen in his first appearance this year for the A's. Working into the sixth inning. He's thrown 83 pitches thus far, 53 for strikes. And now it's 0-2 to Johnny Peralta. Lined out to third and then walked and scored his last time up.
That pitch in the dirt. Clayton Mortensen, Rick, hasn't done a bad job tonight.
He's done a very good job for him. I mean, he's called up today, put on the roster. He's starting in place of Dallas Braden. And tell you what, the guy he gave up first two guys in the game. He's down 2-0. And I think for the Indians, they got to get him out of the stretch. He's struggled from the stretch today, but what did he retire? 10 straight at one time?
Yeah, 11 actually, and then Kearns got that single. Yep.
11 straight before they scored again when Laporta got the base hit to drive in one, and then the error by Gross in left field allowed Peralta to come around, who he walked.
It's 1-2 here to Johnny. 1 out and nobody on in the 6th. Fouls that one off to the seats. Ricochets off the railing here on the 4th suite level down to the mezzanine. Indians and A's will be in those holiday caps all weekend. Peralta swings and misses. 6th strikeout for Clayton Mortensen. And the 2nd out of the inning here with Matt Laporta coming up. And here's what he did the last time up. This single to right with 2 strikes, and then Gabe Gross. Whoops.
You know, that ball looked like it took a little hop up on him and got over his glove. But once it got by him, there's nobody to back him up, and it goes all the way to the wall, and that allows Laporta to get to third base. It allowed Kearns and Peralta to score, and that's the difference in the ball game, really, that run that was an unearned run.
Yes, it is. So, man, 1 for 2 tonight, bats here. He got 1 RBI on that last base hit. The other run that was scored was unearned. Laporta to left center. That'll get down for a base hit. So Matt Laporta, 2 more hits here tonight. Hit number 6 for the Tribe, and he's aboard with 2 outs. And now through July 10th. So take advantage of this while you can. Fans who purchase Cleveland Browns new full season tickets for the 2010 season will also receive 2 free tickets to Cedar Point. And if you text the word Browns to 31962, you'll be entered for the chance to win 2 tickets to the Browns home opener. Standard text messaging rates apply. Visit STOHD.com for full info. If you're getting Browns season tickets, do it before July 10th and enjoy Cedar Point, what many consider the best amusement park in the world. Shelley Duncan swings and misses there. 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Shelley and Rick, it's kind of funny, we talked about he's not known for his defense, but tonight he is. Made the nice play off the wall, hustled to hold another player to a single, but he struck out twice. No, sometimes it's the way it goes.
That's okay. He's still going to get an opportunity. Guy makes good pitches on you. You know, when you're not a defensive specialist, when you're out there and you're playing the game, just make the plays you have to make that you can get to. Just be consistent. He played that one ball off the wall very well. He hustled to get to the other ball to hold a guy to the single. That's all you have to do. And he's not going to play every day, and he's not out there every day. As a matter of fact, we got word today down in AAA, Columbus, that Brantley was taken out of the ball game after 1 at-bat. And what that tells me is that he may be on his way to Cleveland tomorrow because Chu's thumb may be worse than we think.
Yeah.
If he's taken out of the game, unless Brantley was hurt, and there's nobody told me that. So I'm expecting to see Brantley here tomorrow, maybe playing left field.
Duncan drives that one to left, but it'll hook foul and into the seats. And Brantley, the player of the week this past week, batted over 400, and he's hitting the ball very well down there right now.
Well, you didn't want to see him in this circumstance where you're going to right. It's going to Chu's going to be out, but that very well could be the case. We're not for sure. It's all speculation.
1-2 here to Duncan. And did he go too far? Yes, he did. 3rd time Duncan's been down on strikes tonight. 7th strikeout for Mortensen. And the Indians are finished in the 6th inning. So we'll head to the 7th. Tribe clinging to that 1-run lead here. AT&T. Find out more of what's possible at att.com. AT&T. Rethink possible. By the Sierra from GMC. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. And by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's. Barge coming down the Cuyahoga River there. We enter the 7th, 4-3 Tribe, and Jake Westbrook's night is done. And Rafael Perez in. This pitching change brought to you by H.H. Gregg.
Well, I believe that now Manny Acton wants to turn this game over to his pen. Perez has been throwing the ball so well, hasn't allowed a run in his last 14 appearances. With the 1-run lead, I think if you could script it out, you're looking to see if you can go Perez, and Wood. Now, that's intentions that you'd like to do. It doesn't always work that way, so you have to have a backup plan, which he's got his bullpen still up and throwing. Look like Joe Smith backing up Perez. And let me see here. Gross. Okay, you got the lefty, Pennington a switch, Coco a switch, and then Barton. So I think he'd be standing around for Kuzminoff down the road, just looking at the lineup off the top of my head.
And we have a pinch hitter for Oakland as well.
Okay, so there you go. Now it's time to start managing.
For Gabe Gross, Mark Ellis comes into the lineup. So he'll pinch hit here in the 7th inning. And Rafael Perez has done a fine job out of the bullpen, as Rick mentioned, of late for the Tribe. And he delivers strike 1. And the Indians' bullpen has done fine overall. Has not allowed a run over the last 5 games. That covers 13 innings pitched. And over the last 7 games, they scored an ERA of an even 1.
They've been. I mean, it's nice when they're pitching like this. You want to get to them. Believe me, it's fun. Your starter can give you 6. Now it goes into matchup. Of course, ideally, you would like to see your starter give you at least 7. But Westbrook went out there and battled. The 3 runs he gave up were back in the 3rd inning. A couple of errors in that inning. 2 of the 3 were earned.
Two and 1 now to Mark Ellis. He started last night's game, went 1 for 4 with a double, and had those 2 big RBI in the 3-0 Oakland win.
Yeah, he got Mitch Talbot after he walked the hitter before that and jumped on that first fastball he threw.
Checks his swing there. 3 and 1 now to Ellis. He's always played well against Cleveland. A career .309 hitter, 59 for 191, including a .298 mark here at Progressive Field. And there's Cliff Pennington, who awaits on deck. Ellis lines that one just foul. So the count goes full to Mark Ellis. A leadoff batter here in the 7th inning for the Oakland A's, who trail by a run. Jason Nix with the 2-run homer in the 1st. A's got 3 in the 3rd. Indians got 2 in the 4th. A foul ball, so Rafael Perez now has delivered 6 pitches here to Mark Ellis. And Oakland's done well with the pinch hitters. They're 11 for their last 29.
Well, they've done a nice job all year with their pinch hitters. When you look at them, they're 15 out of 50. You flip the coin, and the Indians are 5 out of 36.
And Ellis chased one there, breaks his bat, and he will be a ground-out victim to second base and Jason Nix. So Perez gets that first out, 1 away here in the 7th inning.
Well, the Bud Light Party Deck is Progressive Field's best party area. You can watch the game at a fantastic location right down in right field. Plus, you can enjoy an all-you-can-eat buffet. So groups of 25 or more save big. Just $45 per ticket. If you would like full information, call 216-420-HITS or log on to Indians.com.
So now 26-year-old Cliff Pennington, who tripled in 2 runs back in the 3rd inning. He takes that one for a ball. Flew out in the 4th. So 1 for 2 for the switch hitting shortstop. Tribunés will finish out this series tomorrow at 1:05. Carmona and Mazzaro on Kids Fun Day. Also will wrap up the 7-game homestand. Swing and a miss. We've seen Perez throw that pitch, Rick, kind of that off-speed pitch on the outside corner, even a little bit off of it, that we're seeing hitters have to chase now that they did it a month and a half ago.
Well, you're right. His ball moves so much at times. And that's why sometimes he has a tough time controlling it. When he gets ahead of the hitters, he's like he did last night, he makes it look very easy. The first hitter, he fell behind. He was able to come back and get Mark Ellis, to keep the leadoff man aboard. But sometimes he battles himself, I would think. He really takes a lot of time, and I don't know if Rafael Betancourt had anything to do with it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they were the left-right combination here.
And there's the ball to the gap in left center field. That one's going to make it to the wall. Pennington will make it to second base. He'll stop there with the double. And now the A's have a runner in scoring position as the throw got away momentarily, but it's run down.
Well, high fastball right there that stayed up, and Pennington just took advantage of it and hit it into the gap. So the tying run now in scoring position for Oakland. They're going to have their opportunities now with 1 out here in the 7th. For Pennington, his 15th double. He's got a triple today and driven in a pair, so he's had a good night.
So Coco Crisp will be the batter, still looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 3 tonight, reached on an error back in the 3rd inning. And he'll swing around to the right side for the first time this evening against Perez. And he grounds that one to second. Nix will make the play to first, 2 away as Pennington moves up to third. So Crisp 0 for the series, and now Derek Barton will bat with an opportunity to drive in the tying run. 1 for 2 tonight with a walk and a single. And he hits that one high but foul and into the seats over on the left side here. So strike 1 to Derek Barton. Joe Smith is ready in the bullpen. Now, Rick, I assume with Rafael Perez here, you're going to go after Barton, though he's hitting a little bit better than Kuzmanov, as Kuzmanov is mired in an 0 for 26 slump, and he's up next.
Well, if Perez doesn't get this guy, he's going to be out of the game because I said before the inning started, that's why Dave Smith is up. Or Joe Smith.
That pitch on the outside corner. Nice job by Perez to get ahead 0-2 here to Derek Barton. A's have the tying run at third, but 2 outs. An 0-2 count to Barton. Barton able to lay off that pitch.
And the numbers stand out after an 0-2 count. Perez buries hitters. They're 3 for 17, a 176 average.
Let's see if Rafi left can do it here. Another nice pitch. Barton, though, able to waste it.
Now, it used to be Rafi left and Rafi right. Now it's Perez left, Perez right.
Okay, now I got it.
That's changed, our setup guys.
Yes. So Perez left on the hill with the 1-2 count.
There you go. That's what we're talking about.
Barton fouls another one away into the seats. So Barton hanging tough here against Rafael Perez. On in relief of Jake Westbrook, who went the first 6 innings. Westbrook can win it tonight. He cannot lose it. Perez trying to record the hold here and get Barton for the last out of the 7th inning. Crowd coming to life, wanting Perez to get him here. Again, Barton stays alive.
He's falling off some very good pitches. Perez is making some good ones. Just barely gets a piece of this slider down and away. And I mean, if he's able to reach that pitch, it's only a 1-2 count. It may be worth your while to buzz him back and get him off the plate. Try that fastball and hit for that perfect pitch inside. If you miss in off the plate, but you keep him honest. He's starting to lean out over that plate a little too much.
There's Pennington, the tying run at third. Again, the 1-2. Barton lays off of it.
He's getting too comfortable looking out there. He's able to lay off that slider out there. And I don't necessarily mean you have to throw that pitch inside for a strike.
Right.
And I would rather see it on the 1-2 pitch, because now you've got 2 pitches after that. Now you're going to get to a full count if you go in there and miss, which isn't bad. You don't give in, and then you come back with that slider away.
Santana again setting up outside. Barton goes that way. It's a fair ball. Exactly what you said, Rick. Went with the pitch. It's a base hit. Drives him in to tie the game.
There's a case for me that they just stayed away. They never made the hitter look inside, and he slapped it that way. That's a great job of hitting, and I think a poor pitch selection on 2 of those guys, on Santana and also Perez. They just never gave in. They never threw the fastball to the inside part of the plate. And there you'll see a base hit, and it's going to tie the ball game.
And that was almost a carbon copy of his last hit that Barton had back in the 5th inning when he shot it down the third baseline. So that RBI ties the game at 4. Rafael Perez done for the evening. And the Indians bringing in Submariner Joe Smith. We'll talk more about him when we come back, even at 4 here at Progressive Field. The A's have just tied the game on an RBI single by Derek Barton to drive in Cliff Pennington. And now the Indians go with the right-hander Joe Smith to face Kevin Kuzminoff. So Kuzminoff, who tonight is 0 for 3. And now 0 for his last 27.
Well, normally this guy is an Indian killer, so you're catching him at the right time. Boy, that last base hit, he had him down in the count 0-2 and just never threw a pitch inside, and Oakland gets that base hit to tie the game.
Kuzminoff's average now down to 268. 1-2 now to Kevin Kuzminoff. He grounded out all 3 times up previous tonight. Made his major league debut in 2006 with the Tribe. Of course, hit that grand slam in Texas on September 2nd of 06, his first at bat. And he grounds another one here to short. Donald to second the short way. Gets the fielder's choice, and the Indians are out of the inning. But the A's tie it on a base hit by Derek Barton. We're even at 4. Stretch time in Cleveland. Stuffed sandwich at any Panini's location. From West Park to Coventry, Panini's is your patio headquarters. For a list of all their locations, visit paninisgrill.com. As you look in from our Panini's cam, we head to the bottom of the 7th. 4-4 ball game and some changes around Rick.
Well, Michael Wirtz coming on in this ball game for the 21st time. He is 2-1. He has pitched 15 innings, given up 19 hits and 12 punch-outs. So Clayton Mortensen goes 6 innings. He'll have a no decision, same as Jake Westbrook. No decision, both giving up 4 runs. Mark Ellis comes in the ball game and will play second base. Rosales goes to left field.
And for the 6th time in 7 at-bats this weekend, Jason Donald will lead off an inning from the 9-hole.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is. Hitters 9-1-2, Donald, Crow, Nix here in the 7th. Tonight's attendance, 25,483. And now Wirtz trying to see if he can hold the Tribe after the A's just tied the game in the top of the 7th inning, but he falls behind 2-0 to Jason Donald. He grounded out and singled.
We didn't see Wirtz the first time around because he began the year on the disabled list, shoulder tendonitis, and was reinstated May 3rd after we had already played them in April.
Some control issues here to his first hitter. Jason Donald falls behind 3-0. That one down low, so Wirtz comes in and walks Donald on 4 straight pitches. Time now for tonight's Miller Taste Greatness moment. Last season, Shin-Soo Choo against this Oakland A's team, 7 runs batted in.
Boy, what a night that was. I'm not so sure. Choo had a posse following him from home last year doing a segment on him, and I thought that might have been the series. He had the 7 RBIs.
He provided a lot of B-roll, as we like to say in the industry, as he was knocking the ball all over the park exactly a year ago tonight. And that's tonight's Miller Taste Greatness moment. As Trevor Crow shows butt and takes a strike. Crow singled and scored on Jason Nick's 2-run homer back in the first inning. Flew out and popped out his next 2 times up. Kevin Kuzminoff real close at third base. Several feet in on the infield grass, expecting that Crow bunt. There it is. Kuzminoff will field it, but his only play at first. And Crow almost beat that out. Good hustle by Crow. Got the job done with the sacrifice bunt. That moves Donald to second with one away for Nix.
Good job. I mean, that's what you do. You put it down and then you hustle. And if you beat it out, what a bonus it is. If you don't, good job. You got it done. So now the go-ahead run gets into scoring position.
And now Jason Nix, who has 2 RBI tonight on that 2-run homer, back in the first. An opportunity here with the runner in scoring position and one away. And that pitch in tight from Wirtz. Working in his first inning of relief here after Mortensen went 6 for Oakland. He will not take a decision tonight in his first major league start of the season. Nix hitting .250 this year with runners in scoring position. That one in the dirt. Here's that home run, Rick, in the first inning.
Oh, boy, high fastball. First home run as a Tribesman, and it was a big one. It gave him an early lead, 2-0.
He's batting in the 2-hole here tonight with Shin-Soo Choo day today with that injured thumb. He hits that one high to the right side, and this one will stay in play. Foul ground, Barton, 2 down.
Well, Progressive Field offers more than just 81 baseball games. It's open year-round for meetings, fundraisers, wedding receptions, and holiday parties. Call 216-420-4840 or visit Indians.com to find out more.
So now it's up to Carlos Santana as you get a look at the A's bullpen. Ziegler and Blevins. A righty and lefty getting loose. And they're going to walk Santana and pitch to Hafner. So with first base open and 2 out, Bob Guerin says, I'm not going to let Carlos Santana get an opportunity. Santana, who walked earlier tonight, has now reached safely in 19 of the 21 games he's played here at the major league level. So it'll be up to Travis Hafner after one more wide one. So Santana to first base, second time he's been walked tonight. And now Hafner will bat with 2 aboard. He struck out, grounded out, and lined out to left, and lined out to right his 3 previous times at the plate. We're going to get a new pitcher to face him. So it'll be Jerry Blevins, the left-hander, coming in for Wirtz. Bottom of the 7th inning, Indians with a couple of runners on, 2 outs for Travis Hafner, and he'll face a new pitcher, Jerry Blevins.
Blevins 35 times this year coming into a game, a 2-1 record. He's trying to hold it right where it's at. Both runners this inning have come on walks. Michael Wirtz walked Donald leading off the inning. The sacrifice bunt by Crow. Nix popped out to first base. The intentional walk to Santana. Now Blevins on to face the left-hander Travis Hafner.
Travis tonight 0 for 3 and hitting just .197 against left-handers this year. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Fastball from Blevins. He's inherited 13 runners this year, has allowed 5 of them to score. And first hitters are 9 for 31 against him. Travis Hafner trying to come up with a little 2-out bingo here with the runner at first and second. He swings and misses at the high pitch there. Hafner with the history against Blevins. Travis lays off that breaking ball. That one just 74 miles per hour, and Blevins can get the fastball in the low 90s. 2 outs, 2 on for the Tribes, 7th inning. Tie game at 4. Both teams 4 runs on 6 hits tonight. And he swings and misses, so Blevins comes on, does the job. Strikes out Hafner, and the Indians finished in the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. 4-all at Progressive Field.
Express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
We go to the 8th inning at Progressive Field. Great night for an ice cream cone. Gorgeous night here at the ballpark. And the Indians and A's even at 4.
I had you back in record time.
You did.
Chris Perez coming on for the Indians. We are going into the 8th inning of a tie ball game, and the bullpen did give up a run. It was Rafael Perez last inning. Smith getting out of the inning and now turning it over to Chris Perez.
He'll face hitters 4, 5, and 6. Suzuki, Sweeney, and Cust. And Suzuki 0 for 3 tonight. Flew out twice. Grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Kurt Suzuki grew up in Hawaii. And he lines that one to short. Great catch, Jason Donald.
Timed his jump perfectly. I mean, he was up at the apex and just caught that ball, went right in. Up he goes, and that's extra base hit, maybe a double. That ball has smoked. It might have gotten all the way to the wall, but a beautiful play by Jason Donald.
Got that to the very top of his glove. Donald, a multi-sport athlete growing up. He played football in high school for his dad, 4 positions, and one of those was a quarterback, and he displayed some athleticism there. So 1 away here in the 8th inning for the A's. Ryan Sweeney now, and he lines that one foul outside the line at third. Sweeney tonight also 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts and a ground out. Fouls another away against Chris Perez, working in his first inning of relief here tonight. He follows Westbrook, Rafael Perez, and Joe Smith to the hill. Chris Perez has done a very, very nice job out of the bullpen this year for the Tribe. He's throwing some good pitches. Sweeney's just wasted them. Perez just notched his 7th save Wednesday as Kerry Wood was given the night off after 3 straight. Perez with an ERA of .213 in 12 June outings. A breaking ball up high.
Well, he's one of those guys, between he and Kerry Wood, they have a power arm coming out of that pen. It's nice to see because he doesn't have to be perfect, but he's got a good fastball. When that slider's on, he's very, very tough to hit.
And a good breaking ball there, and another nice job by Sweeney to get a piece of it. He got a pretty good piece, too. There's Kerry Wood. Saved 3 straight games earlier this week. And Sweeney lines that one to right at Austin Kearns. So 2 balls hit pretty well by Suzuki and Sweeney, but 2 outs for the A's here in the 8th.
Well, August 9th will be the CIC Annual Golf Classic out at Quail Hollow Country Club, and it is a beautiful day. Great day had by all. You can play with some Indians, Browns, and Cavs alumni, along with Indians ball players. 216-420-4013 if you would like to register today.
Now Jack Cust. You know, Rick, I'm never in your foursome or sixsome over there at the
Fivesome.
Sixsome with the extra.
Right.
You have 5, then you can add the celebrity.
Exactly.
I'm never in your group. Is that your doing?
It's because you don't pay for it.
Okay.
Once you start paying for your golf, then you might be able to play with
Manning.
it. That's exactly
Okay.
right. You're not going to pay. Who do you play with?
A different group every. Last year I played with the Mercedes group.
There you go.
Good group. Absolutely. We had a good time. 3-0 now to Jack Cust. Don't forget to check out Chuck's Last Call tonight, presented by PNC Bank after the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. You can, of course, email Chuck at sportstimeohio.com. And Jack Cust walks again.
No. Nothing new for this guy.
Second time tonight, 5th time this series. The last 2 nights that he's drawn a walk. So he's on first with 2 away. And Adam Rosales, who doubled his first time up, hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th inning, then grounded out in the 6th. He'll be the batter here. So 2 outs and a runner on for Adam Rosales. The pitch just missing the outside corner for Chris Perez. Right-handers hitting just 167 off Perez this year. Popping the glove there with that fastball, 94. 1-1 now the count to Rosales. Indians got Chris Perez in the Mark DeRosa deal last year with St. Louis. Also picked up Jess Todd, who's in the Indians minor league system, playing in Columbus. 2-1 now to Adam Rosales, as the A's try to scratch out a run here in the 8th inning. 4-4 ball game. Both teams with 6 hits tonight as well. The Indians have committed 2 errors. The A's 1. A's with 5 runners left on base. The Indians 6. And Rosales line drive, but Peralta goes to his left and yanks it in. A's retired in the 8th inning. We'll go to the bottom half. 4-4 game. Go to the bottom of the 8th, tie ball game at 4, and we'll see our 4th Ace pitcher of the evening.
It's going to be Brad Ziegler coming on for the 40th time. This is a side armor, and he's on the face of the right-handers, Kearns, Peralta, Laporta. And this guy almost scrapes his knuckles on the ground when he delivers the ball to home plate. So this could be a tough look for right-handers and see if they try and shoot him the other way. He is tied for second among American League relievers in appearances.
And Austin Kearns, the first pattern you saw that pitch you were talking about.
Well, that's where you're, as a right-hander, you're going to have to try and shoot him the other way to keep you on the ball a little bit longer. These guys are no fun to face because by the time you don't see them often. But when, finding that zone, normally you're used to looking up here in a little box to pick up the baseball. Well, now you don't know where it's at down. You're looking at the pitcher's mound, almost like the rubber.
Yeah.
It takes you a few pitches to just get a look at where he's releasing the ball from.
As you said, he really gets down low. It appears inches off the ground. Obviously, it's a little bit more than that, but from the hitter's perspective, as you said, it's just got to be tough to get an idea. Well, once you figure out where it's coming from, it seems your bat's over.
That's why everybody would like to have a specialist or somebody that can throw from the side to take you out of whack from the good guys the power arms that you have. Somebody that's a specialist that can match up Normally these guys are awfully good against right-handers, and sometimes they struggle against lefties.
And an awfully good off-speed pitch there as Austin Kearns is down swinging. 9th strikeout tonight for A's pitching.
There you go. A little slider off the dish. Teases him. You know, and it's tough to get a slider to really move anything because you're throwing it down under. You know, on top of a slider, you have to get on top of and do it. So a lot of times they throw spinners or sliders as long as they keep it out of the zone.
Here's Peralta. Johnny 0 for 2 tonight with the walk.
Look at this from the side. Yeah, how do you teach somebody to pitch like that? There's Peralta. See, that's the approach you want to see.
I think for a pitcher like this, it's if you can pick it up naturally, great. Because there's a lot of guys that I've seen try to do this, and they just have no chance at all.
Well, it saves some guys' careers. They throw like that because they're no good over the top, or they've been hit, or they've had arm problems, or something, you know, out of the ordinary. So it's the last-ditch effort. It's like a guy learning to throw the knuckleball. You know, it's something extraordinary. Hey, if you want to learn how to pitch like this, go down to the minor leagues and pitch and, you know, become a specialist. Not many guys can do it.
And some of the guys that can perfect it, like Ken Tekulve, Dan Quisenberry.
Well, yeah, those are the best. I mean, you're looking at the best.
They are really good, but
they don't come around too often.
They sure do not. Peralta, broken bat line out to second, so 2 away quickly here in the 8th inning for the Tribe. Let's head back to the STO update desk. Dave, what's happening?
Well, Al, this is from earlier today. Jim Thome with 2 home runs. The second, his 574th, and that puts him 10th all-time. He's alone, 10th on the all-time home run list. The Rays did win the game, though, 8-6. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thanks. Yeah, Thome put him up 4-1, and then the Rays had 7 runs in the 8th inning to take an 8-4 lead. Twins scored a couple late, but they weren't able to beat them, so. Detroit up 6-1 in the 9th inning against Seattle. If they win tonight, they'll be tied with Minnesota for first place in the Central. Here's Matt Laporta. Good night tonight for Matt. 2 for 3. He had that big base hit back in the 4th inning that had 1 RBI, got by the left fielder Gross, and then allowed Peralta to score. And it's a 1-1 count to him here. And this has been another nice thing to see here, Rick, this past week and a half. Matt Laporta, his development here at the major league level. You're starting to see some of these young guys now. Santana, of course, the obvious one, but Laporta, I mean, he's definitely made strides since the beginning of the year.
Well, it's what you're going to see for the rest of the year. So hopefully these young guys can go out there and continue to blossom into major league players. It's an opportunity. This guy, I mean, he's old enough. He deserves his chance. This guy, I think, should have been here from day one, and it would have been a totally different lineup for him, the way he swings the bat. Look out.
Speaking of bats, that one.
That boy was quick.
Headed out, and Matt Laporta, strikeout victim. Ziegler, a 1-2-3, 8th inning, 2 strikeouts for the A's righty. We'll go to the 9th, tied at 4. ninth inning at Progressive Field. The Indians go with their fifth pitcher of the night, Kerry Wood.
Well, Kerry Wood coming on now. Try and keep this a 4-4 game. Closer coming on in the ninth, as it happens now where a lot of guys do this with their closer. Bring them on in the top half of the ninth at home. You figure you're not going to have a chance to save situation. You hope he holds it, and you can come in and score. He's going to be facing Ellis, Pennington, and Crisp.
Seven of Kerry's last 8 appearances are scoreless. 7 in the third innings during that time. 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 9 strikeouts. As we said earlier, he's saved those 3 straight games, June 27th to the 29th this week, for just the second time in his career. Did it as a Cub back in 08 as well. 3 straight days and 3 straight saves.
Well, this guy, he hasn't been a closer that long. It was the last year in Chicago, and he's just now getting a feel for his cutter for whatever reason. And he'll be the first to tell you, man, why did it take me so long? I don't know if it was that game in Philadelphia where he gave up the walk-off home run to Rollins. I saw him after the game. He was smoking, man. He was steamed. And he's been great ever since.
Two 2-0 here to Ellis. And Ellis swinging at the 2-0, pops it straight up. Second baseman Jason Nix. 1 out. And don't forget to stick around after the game tonight for the Conrads Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. We'll have highlights from tonight's game. Also, Dave Chudowski will have highlights from around Major League Baseball. We also hope to have manager Manny Acta with his post-game press conference, so make sure you keep it here. The Conrads Total Car Care Tire Express post-game show right after tonight's game. Here's Cliff Pennington. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a triple and a double. Flew out to center his other time at the plate. And Pennington tonight with that triple knocked in 2 runs. And then when he doubled in the 7th inning, he eventually scored on that base hit by Barton in the 7th inning to tie the game here at 4. That one foul. Well, and Kerry Wood, too, I talked to him earlier this week, Rick, and he talked about how many relievers do. That's when you get that consistent work, you can really get a feel for your secondary pitches.
Well, the one thing that he hasn't been able to do is consistently the breaking ball. His slider, when he was a starter, that was the pitch that separated him from many other players.
Right.
But he doesn't have that on a consistent basis, so he turns into a one-pitch pitcher, and that's why he developed the slider.
2-2 now to Cliff Pennington. He'll be followed by Coco Crisp here in the 9th. Tied at 4 at Progressive Field. Indians and A's, game 2 of this 3-game weekend series. It'll wrap up tomorrow afternoon at 1:05. Carmona against Mazzaro. And, of course, we'll have it here for you on Sports Time Ohio. Indians on deck get you going at 12:30. Again, the 2-2 pitch. And again, Pennington fouls it away. Kerry Wood, of course, started this season on the disabled list after suffering that strained right lat in spring training. He was activated from the DL on May 7th. And made his 2010 debut the following day, May 8th, against the Tigers. A foul ball for Pennington. And Kerry Wood, when he came up with the Cubs, Rick, back in '98, there was so much hype around him, but especially after that 5th game that he threw in his major league career, his rookie year, 20 strikeouts. That was amazing to watch that. Yep.
Well, Kerry's career marked by injury
Yep.
and the disabled list.
Pennington, a solid shot to right for a base hit. So he's aboard with the one-out single here in the 9th inning, and we go back to the top of the order and Coco Crisp.
Well, he levels on this fastball. Oh. It's that cutter. That's the cut fastball. Hit it into right field. So that's the 7th hit now for the Athletics. So the go-ahead run aboard.
Coco Crisp to the plate, 0 for 4 tonight. Still looking for his first hit of the weekend. But he's been on base both last night and tonight. Tried to bunt there and isn't happy with the result.
Well, I mean, you don't want to bunt here. I mean, they're pitching in at the corner. I mean, you want to try. There's that go-ahead run. You're in the 9th inning, unless it's the element of surprise. I mean, Peralta wasn't playing back. He was playing at least even with the bag, if not in on the cut of the grass.
There's a pitch on the outside corner, so quickly, 2 strikes.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're down in the count 0-2, and you have to really battle to survive here.
Perhaps he was just showing the bunt, wanting to pull it back and didn't get it back.
That could be true.
There's Pennington at first. Wood just misses there off the outside of the plate. 1-2 now to Coco Crisp. Some of the umpires in the stands in disagreement. And swing and a miss. Coco Crisp. Not really a good at bat there for him. Kerry Wood gets the Indians' second strikeout tonight for Tribe pitching. His first. 2 away in the 9th for Derek Barton.
He just rides that fastball up and see you later. That's the ultimate protect mode, to try and just foul it off and not even close.
So 2 down now for Barton, who had the RBI single that tied the game back in the 7th inning. And his last 2 times.
There's one inside.
There it is.
It's
the one you were looking for.
Yeah, it's a couple innings too late.
In both his previous 2 at-bats, he kind of hit those cue shots down the line at third.
Well, that tells you when you can handle, or a hitter can get out there and just slap it the other way, that you're not going inside. He's just looking for one part of the plate. You're not keeping him honest. Hey, his credit. He did it back-to-back at-bats.
Peralta again well off the line at third. 3-0 now to Derek Barton. Kevin Kuzmanov's on deck. He would be next. But he's been struggling. There's Kuzmanov. 0 for 4 tonight and 0 for his last 28. That's a strike. Barton one of 2 A's with multi-hit nights. Pennington is the other. He has 3 hits. There goes Pennington. But it's ball 4. So Barton walks. And that puts runners at first and second now, with 2 outs for Kuzmanov. And here comes pitching coach Tim Belcher.
Well, you're facing a guy right now. They want to go over it. They're talking about Kuzmanov. Kuzmanov has really struggled here in the last, 3 or 4 games or whatever. And, you're at that point. You don't want to give in to this guy. You just power him. He's struggled. He's a good low ball hitter when he's swinging it well.
And they're still discussing it. Joe West making the slow walk to the hill. Now Tim Belcher will head off, and Kerry Wood will see if he can get Kuzmanov to get out of the 9th here. Game tied at 4. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, due up for the Tribe. Hitters 8, 9, and 1. Duncan, Donald, and Crow. And Kuzmanov would love to break out of his slump right here. And he hits that one on the ground to short. Donald to second the short way. And Kerry Wood on one pitch got Kuzman off and gets out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth. Tied at 4. Head to the bottom of the ninth here at Progressive Field, tied at 4. Indians looking to top the A's here and even this weekend series at a game apiece. We'll see hitters 8, 9, and 1. Duncan, Donald, and Crow in the Indians batting order. Second inning of relief for Ziegler, who went 1, 2, 3 in the 8th with a couple of strikeouts. And this is already the longest game of the homestand as we approach the 10 o'clock hour. The previous long game was 2 hours, 49 minutes last night. But we haven't had a 3-hour game on this homestand yet. And hopefully we won't tonight. That means the Indians will score here and win it. Shelley Duncan up first. He struck out all 3 times he's been to the plate. And Duncan, base hit there to start the bottom of the ninth for the Tribe. So he's aboard. And the Indians try to get this rally going here. Jason Donald coming to the plate.
Well, there's one down and in, and Duncan put a good swing on that ball. I think maybe Ziegler wanted that ball inside a little bit more. So you started off with the base hit. We'll probably see a sacrifice here, or an attempt.
Throw to first base by Ziegler. Jason Donald 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a walk. And this is the first time tonight he hasn't let off an inning. Couldn't get the bunt executed there. Strike 1.
Again, now just because, getting that angle, trying to pick the ball up, that ball maybe gets on you a little bit more even when you're squaring around a bunt, just like it is hitting.
Right.
Well, he'll get another opportunity.
There's definitely a different spin from down there, too, than you typically see.
Yeah, sure is. I mean, you got to let that ball, and it could come inside, so you're going to have to wait back on it a little bit longer.
Going to look to Duncan at first base. He's back safely. Four game here in the bottom of the ninth. Duncan at first base, no one out. Donald trying to get him to second. Kuzman off in very tight at third. There's the bunt. It's down. Ziegler on the mound, going to go to second, and they've got Duncan there.
Well, that's the right play. Ziegler knew his the interior clock. It was right back to him. It was hard enough, and it doesn't matter how fast you are. He had a chance to go to second base, and you just make a good throw. You don't rush it. You've got Duncan down there. The bunt, not a very good one. He got it down, and there's the force out at second base.
So Shelley Duncan erased at second. Donald now on at first with one away. And the A's will make a pitching change. So Ziegler's done after an inning and a third tonight. And we'll take a break. Lefty Craig Breslow coming in. Ninth inning, tie game at 4. And the Indians with a run around with one out for Craig Breslow, who comes on after an inning and a third last night. And if he's anything like he was last night tonight, boy, he's going to be tough. 3 strikeouts against 4 Indians batters.
Yeah, he was very good in last night's game, and he's been pitching very, very good. He had a 21 at-bat hitless streak. That was snapped on Tuesday. But there's still only 3 for 44 over his last 15 games. This guy has been locked in. And that's why Bob Guerin is going to him in this situation. It's a 9th inning. Indians with their winning run on at first base, 1 out. You know, you can control the running game a little bit better with the left-hander coming in.
And Trevor Crowe looks at strike 1. Trevor singled in the first inning, scored on the Jason Nix 2-run homer, and he's gone hitless since then. Did have the sacrifice bunt in the 7th inning, so he's 1 for 3 tonight.
Boy, this is really, he comes in and just throwing strikes, just like he did last night. The only thing he could do here, if you wanted to take a gamble, would be send somebody on first movement, but you don't want to. That's the winning run. You got to give your guys a chance to try and knock them in.
Yep. And you're right, Rick. Breslow does not mess around here. He comes right at you.
He looks like a different guy to me. He just looks so confident now, and he's pitching with a lot of confidence and just all over the place. Coming in, throwing strikes.
1-2 now to Trevor Crowe. As we talked about yesterday, when you've got a hot pitcher like this in Breslow, manager's going to use him. Breslow's 39th appearance here tonight. Now ball 2. Nice stop there by Suzuki. Fans getting into it here. They want to see a walk-off win for the Tribe. Trevor Crowe at the plate. The 2-2 count. Trying to deliver the 25,000 plus here this evening. And a swing and a miss. So Craig Breslow, his first strikeout tonight, his 4th in the last 2 nights, and he's only faced 5 batters.
I know it. He's not trying to fool anybody, man. He just went right at you with a fastball. He just locates it in a good spot.
So 2 outs for Jason Nix. How about bookend homers, Rick? Bookend 2-run homers. Nix a 2-run homer in the first. How about one here?
Are you calling it? I tell you the truth, I'd love to see it.
It'd be a fun way
Let
to
the
end it.
fireworks go off
Yep.
and then continue.
Just roll right into the show. And this isn't going to get it done. Pop out to center. And the second baseman going out, that's Ellis to make the catch. And we're going to extra innings tonight at Progressive Field. 4-4 as we head to the 10th. All season long, Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. And a new pitcher in the 10th inning for the Tribe after Kerry Wood. 1 inning of relief. Here's Tony Sipp.
Well, it's going to be over to the bullpens, and we may see them. These guys remember there's a 1 o'clock game tomorrow. 5th reliever for the Indians tonight. Oakland has used 4.
Hitters 4, 5, and 6 in the A's lineup here in the 10th inning. Suzuki, Sweeney, and Cust. Kurt Suzuki has hit a couple of hard balls tonight, but he hasn't gotten a hit yet. 0 for 4. He lined out his last time when Jason Donald went airborne to rob him of at least a single, perhaps a double.
Yes, he did. He's hit a couple of balls on the nose. Nothing to show for it.
First extra inning game for the Tribe since May 17th when they took on Tampa Bay and St. Pete. Suzuki's showing you bunt. Goes foul for strike 1.
Well, trying to get on, trying to get something started. Peralta was back, so not a bad idea by Suzuki. Told you, he runs better than most catchers, if not all of them. So he was just trying to get aboard and make something happen. Element of surprise.
Well, when you're athletic like he is, why not take advantage of it? Peralta's back at third. Good off-speed pitch there by Tony Sipp. So he gets ahead of Suzuki, 0-2, here to start the 10th inning. Ryan Sweeney is on deck. That went a little low, so 1-2 now to Kurt Suzuki. Athletics with 4 runs on 7 hits. Same goes for the Tribe, 4 runs on 7 hits. The Indians, though, have 2 errors. The A's have 1. Oakland has left 8 men on base. The Tribe has left 7 on as Suzuki fouls another pitch there at the plate. That one might have gone off Santana. Get a little extra time there.
Yeah, Joe's trying to give him a little time.
So 1-2 to Kurt Suzuki. The A's leadoff hitter here in the 10th inning. Got a swing and a miss. Tony Sipp got him with the fastball. One down here in inning number 10. Just the third strikeout tonight for Tribe pitching.
He rides that high fastball by him. And that's, you see him, he's trying to lift, pulls off that ball and gets the strikeout.
So Ryan Sweeney now. He's also 0 for 4 tonight, but also has hit a couple of balls well. He lined out to Kearns his last time up. He'll take a strike there from Tony Sipp. Rick, I think we're starting to see Tony now get back into that groove that he was in at the beginning of the season.
He's starting, you're right. He's getting a little more confidence with every time out, and it's something that you can't really do in one outing. It's something you've got to build upon. You know, you go out and you pitch a good game, you have a couple of quality at-bats, you get a feel for your pitches back, and yes, he is starting to get it back. I agree with you. And that's a good sign for that bullpen. You know, when you got him, you get him back to where he was pitching earlier in the year, and then you also have Perez throwing the ball relatively well. Then you've got two left-handers you can go to.
It just gives you so many more options. It lengthens the bullpen. And you said Rafael Perez doing well. Chris Perez has been consistent here, and Kerry Wood closing games. And Sweeney goes down and golfs that one. Fair down the right field line, and he's going to second. Kearns will come up throwing, but it'll be cut off, and Sweeney has a double here with one out in the 10th.
Boy, he looked like he went down and in and hit that pitch right into the corner. Had to be a breaking ball. See, they're sitting away, and he missed his location by a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet. See where Santana was? Anytime that catcher's got to come back out over the plate, the hitter usually lets you know that was not a good pitch. He wanted that breaking ball away, left it on the plate, and Sweeney rumbles into second base. That is his 18th double. Now remember, Sipp had him down 0-2.
Yep. A nice piece of hitting by Ryan Sweeney. So he's on second base with one out for Jack Cust.
God, if you're a betting man, you're saying this guy's going to walk or he's going to at least get to a full count.
He's been to the plate 8 times between last night and tonight, and he's walked 5 of those 8 times.
Well, this guy's had to see over 40 pitches in the 2 days.
And he hits that one high to left center field. And that'll stay in the ballpark. Trevor Crowe makes the catch. Sweeney tagging. He's going to third. And he'll make it. So Sweeney to third base now with 2 outs for Adam Rosales. Rosales tonight with the double his first time up back in the 3rd inning. He would score the A's first run. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Grounded out to 3rd in the 6th inning and lined out to 3rd in the 8th.
Yeah, hit a bullet to Peralta in the 8th.
So the A's with the go-ahead run at 3rd, but 2 away here in the 10th inning. As Sipp tries to get Rosales. And it's on the ground to 3rd. Peralta, nice play to his backhand. The throw got him at first base. Nice play in a key situation by Johnny Peralta. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 4. Indians looking for the game winner, even at 4, as the fans enjoy themselves between inning entertainment. And Craig Breslow really enjoyed his time here back to Cleveland last night and tonight as he'll work into the 10th inning and his second inning of relief. He'll face hitters 3, 4, and 5, Santana, Hafner, and Kearns. Santana intentionally walked his last time up. He's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 walks. And Santana this year, though, against left-handed pitching, now batting just .192. He'll take a pitch for a strike. And he smashes that one, but it's foul. Not one of Cleveland's finest over there. So 0-2 now to Carlos Santana. A swing and a miss. So Breslow K's Santana on 3 pitches here to start the 10th inning for the Tribe. Twelfth strikeout tonight for A's pitching. And the second for Craig Breslow. Here's Travis Hafner. 0 for 4 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. And Oakland goes with that shift, Rick, but it's not that full shift. They'll put the shortstop just about 5 or 6 feet to the left of the second base bag, and then the third baseman pulled over to the hole. There you see it. It's interesting to see the different shifts different teams use. There isn't just one that you can use for a left-handed batter.
Well, outfield, they play him shaded the other way. Everybody deep, trying to cut off the extra base hits, keep them out of scoring position.
And 2-0 now to Travis Hafner.
That looked like a pretty good pitch right there. I guess it was high.
Very close. Three and 0 now to Pronk. He'll be followed by Austin Kearns. Once again, the crowd comes to life. That pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 to Travis Hafner, was taking all the way. Swing and a miss.
Tried to end it right there.
Yes, he did.
Had the count in his favor, took his shot. Got a fastball and just swung through it. You know, and right now, Breslow, he's not trying to trick people. He's getting after with the fastball. They're just swinging through him.
So from 3-0 to 3-2 to Travis Hafner. And he swings and lines that one for a base hit to right center. He'll take it, a turnaround first, head to second. And Hafner is in with the double. Good hustle by Travis to get the extra base.
Well, that one, Breslow got down in the strike zone. He didn't elevate it, and Hafner dropped the bat head and will get a double. And they were playing so deep, but the throw from Coco Crisp, not a good throw at all, but his arm is well below average. So Hafner, I was glad to see with one out, Hafner just continued to go and make him throw him out. And he turns around to throw and just, no, not much on that one. Hafner gets in easily.
And we'll have a pinch runner for Travis Hafner. And the A's defense was so deep for him, near the warning track, and Crisp got there. But as you said, Rick, just not a good throw. So Anderson Hernandez will be the pinch runner. now the A's manager, Bob Guerin, will head to the hill.
He looks like he wants to talk about this situation with Kearns up. You've got Peralta on deck. He's not going to make a move. Breslow's right now been his best reliever, so he's going to stick with him. He's just talking what to do defensively.
Well, Travis Hafner with the big base hit here in the 10th inning to get aboard. And the Indians going to try to end it here. Austin Kearns to the plate. Johnny Peralta behind him. And Guerin goes back to the dugout. He's staying with Craig Breslow. Austin Kearns tonight, 1 for 4, and they're going to walk him. Johnny Peralta will follow. So this will be the second intentional walk issued tonight by Oakland pitching. It worked when they did it back in the 7th. They intentionally walked Carlos Santana, and then Blevins came on and struck out Travis Hafner. So Kearns will head to first.
Well, that's what they do. You walk, you set up the double play. Yep. But I'm trying to, let me see what he did last night. He's been striking everybody out, and he's not really a ground ball. He came in the 7th strikeout. He had 1 ground ball last night. Kearns got him to ground ball to third base.
And he struck out Peralta, correct, in the 8th inning?
Right. But you set up the double play here. That's why you go ahead and walk Kearns.
So now runners at first and second with 1 out for Johnny Peralta, who made that nice play defensively. Stopped the A's from scoring a run in the top half of this inning. Tonight, Johnny with the putout, 5 assists, then he started a double play. But looking for his first hit, would love to get it here. And he hits that one to left center. It's high indeed, crisp, running back, and he will have room, make the catch on the track. Anderson went back, but he was halfway, so he won't be able to tag. And there are now 2 outs here in the 10th inning as Peralta gave it a ride, but Crisp ran it down at the edge of the warning track.
Well, here comes Matt Laporta, a guy that's been swinging a hot bat with an opportunity. Laporta drove in the 3rd run of the ball game, and then the 4th scored on the error. And that's the last time the Indians have crossed the plate, back in the 4th inning.
2 outs, a winning run at second. Breslow going to keep pinch runner Anderson Hernandez honest. Matt Laporta 2 for 4 tonight. He's been swinging the bat awfully well since he returned from Columbus this week. Breslow starts him out with a strike. Laporta hitting .224 against left-handers this season. But with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year, he's batting .313. Now 1-1 to Laporta. Shelley Duncan is on deck. Laporta fouls that one away, so now Breslow ahead of him 1-2. But Laporta got that big base hit, breaking the 4th inning with 2 strikes on him.
Well, just stay short. A little line drive. That's what you want to do here. Sometimes when you have 2 strikes on you and you've got a pretty good approach, you stay short to the baseball. And you know, it's easier to hit line drive. Some guys, it's better off when they hit with 2 strikes. That went in tight. So 2-2 to Matt Laporta.
in the 10th inning of a 4-4 game. Indians with 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth. A's with 3 in the third, 1 in the seventh. Laporta checked his swing. Was it in time? Yes.
No, he checked it. No, he wanted to. He wants to hit. He wants to drive that run in. But did a nice job to hold up. You'll see from the side. He wanted to get up there, but no siree. Well, now they'll get a head start, so a base hit automatically. You should win this ball game.
25,000 come to their feet.
Make sure he goes to the plate and take off.
There they go. Laporta fouls it away, so we'll do it again. Out of the 25,000 here tonight, Rick, I don't think anybody's left. I'm staying for the fireworks show and a good ball game.
It is. It's Independence, a holiday weekend. Stay here. You're not going anywhere till you see your fireworks show. And a base hit here will get the fireworks started early.
Yes, it will. Again, the payoff pitch. And Laporta up the middle. That one will make it to center. Here comes Hernandez. He scores. Indians win. Matt Laporta, a walk-off base hit for the Tribe.
There he is, boy. He's pumped. Good for him. Good for Matt Laporta. I mean, take advantage of it, young man. You deserve it. You deserve it. The last time they scored, it was on his single. Why not walk off with a single?
So Matt Laporta, his third hit of the night. It's the game winner as the Indians top the A's 5-4 to even the weekend series at 1 game apiece. First time the Tribe's beaten the A's this year, and time now for the KeyBank play of the game. Brought to you by the banking home of your Cleveland Indians.
I wanted to see a replay of this anyway. It was a battle, 3-2 count. You know you were going to get a pitch to hit. He stayed short, stayed on top of the baseball, got it up the middle, and when the runner started, no question he was going to score. Laporta, the walk-off single, a few punches to the midsection from Kearns, a few kidney punches, and start celebrating. Boy, the holiday weekend begins now.
Brought to you by KeyBank. The Indians now winners of 6 of their last 7. And they'll finish out the homestand tomorrow at 105 against the Oakland A's. Stay tuned. Plenty to give you here on Sports Time Ohio.